Shanti, Gaisandri Pushana Kalina Kamandri Kosa, Oyana Andripo Shanti, Gaishantina Shapuna Kana Kosa, Gaishantina Shapushna Kiti, Gaisam, Ayona. Hello, Divine Ones. Welcome to Starseed Evolution channel. I'm AKASHA AZURITE. I wanted to come on and to share and to bring in some attunements. Beautiful attunements that I've been receiving. And I'm going to bring them in as everything flows together and comes through the body and integration. And I'm able to connect to all of the Stargate masters that are coming in from the God realms, all the beautiful diamond ray attunements that are activating the Earth system, which is diamond plasma liquid light. Yes, welcome to our Star Tribe community. Welcome to the Golden Diamond Age attunements. So we're going to be opening up a beautiful passageway, and we are entering all new energies and shifting to many different Earth systems right now. Many passageways of ascension and initiations. We are shifting to higher grid lines, grid work, and also shifting to higher Earth systems. And it is higher for a lot of us because it's the physical body that is receiving the upgrades. The physical body is the crystal body, the crystalline plasma system. So as we're able to bring the integration of the diamond energy plasma matrices, we are accessing higher Earth systems. We're able to see the 5D and beyond in our external reality. And then we're able to actually see the plasma fields and the aurora liquid light frequencies every single day when we walk outside in the rainbow transmission. So we see in a 5D and 12D vision, we see plasma frequencies and photonic light frequencies, and that is our higher Earth system that we are fully embodied, and our universe is fully embodied. All of our realities, our timelines are pure photonic light plasma. So everything that we do see is through spectrums of light and light spectrums of photonic light. Santi, Santi. I wanted to be able to connect today and to bring in high frequency attunements that have been coming in for the last few days. So I wanted to be able to bring in these beautiful transmissions for the collective consciousness and just kind of feeling out the energies. This is going to be for all relationship shifting. So the templates have shifted. Just letting you know that everyone should notice that there's a lot of old contracts that were wrapped up in the past 6 months. And now we have new relationships, soulmate contracts, and twin flame contracts that are coming online. So I'm going to do the initiations and the attunements with Goddess Isis and Osiris. And this is going to be for the full embodiment of the inner sacred union, of the solar raw transmissions of the twin ray full embodiment, which is the sacred marriage inside, the unification where we're no longer separated. So there's many transmissions. Right now we're beginning in the hour of Venus. We're beginning with the energies right now. The planetary hour right now is Venus, and we're moving into Mercury. Okay, so I always tune into when I'm being guided or when the universal male and females are asking me to come on lives and to bring in transmissions and attunements. And I decided, okay, well, I'm going to start checking the planetary hour, and I saw that it's Venus, and then we're about to transition into Mercury. And Venus is the universal female, and Mercury is the universal male energies. So hopefully those of you would know that that is the universal male and female holy union, which that is the Hermes and Aphrodite grid, the original template. A lot of you would call it the Hieros Gamos. I call it Hieros Gamos, and that's the way I pronounce it. So I'm sure that there's many different dialects of pronouncing it. Okay. To me, it's the twin ray union within inside of us. It's the sacred marriage. It is the god and goddess and the high god and goddess initiations. Full embodiment of the high god and the high goddess, the god body. And that's actually the frequencies that we resonate with. So there's many different passageways, but it is going to be the high god is the Mercury frequency, and that's going to be on the right side of your body. The Venus frequency is going to be on the left side of your body, and that's going to be the lunar, the crystalline silver liquid platinum light, and you'll be able to tune into that frequency. Now, sometimes you might tune into an aqua ray and a pink. You could tune into, and it does change, just letting you know that as the frequencies change, everything changes. When we bring in new templates, it's not always going to be the aqua ray and the emerald, because a lot of people have brought that in with the crystalline body, and that's perfect the way that it is, but we are evolving, and this is evolution. So there is a crystal silver frequency, and that is usually transmitted liquid crystal light, and this is the God body system. So that would be the goddess energy, and the God energy is the solar golden ray, liquid light, and that's going to be the passageways on the right side of your body of the solar golden ray, liquid light of the God body. So when I say the God body, the full embodiment of the original template is the divine feminine and divine masculine full embodiment. Also the Trinity system, that we are both energies, and we are. So the full template is the universal male and female. And I actually like calling it the Hermes and Aphrodite body. And this is the full embodiment of the high god and the high goddess. So the high god is the right side of your body. The high goddess is going to be the left side of your body. And as you shift and you move throughout the day, you actually will tune in. You tune into the rhythm, and the rhythm of your body, you'll be able to see what aspect is transmitting in the physical right now. Is it your high god, or is it your high goddess energy? And it is all just a transmission of frequency, which one is coming in and which one is anchored. And this is also a part of the higher templates of the 24 strand systems. Also going to be the 48 strands, which is the full embodiment system. So there's many templates coming in, and there's higher strands too. So we're going to introduce a few frequencies of rays that are coming in today. Yes, so we're going to work with Mercury, and we're in Venus right now. So we're going to connect to the solar raw silver crystalline liquid light and just bring that frequency in. And we're going to connect to the solar raw crystalline golden ray light, and that's the solar raw, and that's going to be the frequency of Mercury, and just bringing the Mercury and Venus and that inner balance within. And you can use your hands to be able to bring in frequencies. Now the transmissions you'll be able to tune into is if the transmissions of your divine masculine. So today, from the beginning of the morning, I had more of the divine masculine that was here transmitting into the physical. And that's the one that says we have to get up and get things done and get everything moving. and will show me what needs to be done. And then you have the beautiful Venus energy, which is the goddess energies coming in and transmitting, and that's going to be more of a softer frequency of being able to move throughout the day and to bring in transmissions for the collectives, to anchor in, to bring in beautiful attunements, and to work with all of our clients. And it has been busy. It really has. So you will be able to see which one is here. Is it the god or the goddess? And you'll be able to know what pathway you walk every day, the transmission of the energy. Are you walking with the right side of your body? Are you walking with the left side of your body? And you'll be able to actually tune in to where your transmissions are. So you can also pay attention to that, and that's all part of the twin ray activations. And that is the full embodiment of the sacred marriage within inside of you. Now, I resonate with different templates. Not everyone is going to resonate with the frequencies that we're transmitting right now about the twin ray embodiment, the twin flame embodiment, the soul to soul partnership. And that's perfect the way that it is. But I see a lot of people in the collectives that are still walking in pathways of the fourth dimensional bandwidths. And those pathways is the fourth dimensional, just kind of staying there and only sitting there for a while and not seeing how to collapse that framework and to collapse those matrices in order for you to shift to a higher earth system within inside of you, and a higher parallel system, a higher parallel earth within inside of you. Okay, so wholeness and the inner marriage is the full embodiment of pure love for self, the full God self embodiment. And that is releasing a lot of energies and identities and aspects of what you see relationships and all relationships. And I'm talking about all relationships right now are shifting. So soulmate relationships and soul contracts and soul agreements, the relationship with yourself is shifting. And the relationship is because of all the beautiful twin ray God and goddess frequencies, the God body coming into perfect alignment, like a whole new light, like a beautiful white light flame, and many different flames coming in. And that is all the new energies of ascension. And how everyone is breaking through all this framework and being able to see and hear and feel in a whole new way of view and moving out of fixed belief systems and identities of self. So I'm going to take you inward for a minute. We're going to go inward, okay? Inward is external. Okay, so inward is self. Inward is your relationship and your God self relationship with yourself. That is a harmonious relationship and a pure love relationship with yourself. To start to see what is the new framework. You can call it frames, but let's say, what is the new creation? What is the new co-creation of pure love? The pure love and calling back your power across all time and space right now, and where you gave your power away. So reflection grids are really high, which means lots of softwares are being released. There's many softwares that are being released. Extreme releasing and reflection of old contracts, okay? And the old contract of how you hear, see, and feel yourself, the energy within yourself. And there's lots of shifting and bringing a pure love intelligence grid fully online. And that is a part of the solar raw high God and goddess transmissions, which is all source codes and golden liquid light and purple crystalline diamond light and emerald light and aqua ray and pinks. And this, so if you haven't noticed, that it's very bright with colors and orange frequencies, orange energies, so beautiful and bright, and all the gold crystalline codes coming in, the silver crystalline codes, and it's all a part of the next gateways of ascension, the stargates. So we're going to open up a stargate in order to open up to remember your sacred ascension temples within inside of you, with goddess Isis and the god Osiris are going to come into the heart chakras with your permission, and just to stream in their light frequencies to assist you with your next initiations through the stargate that we're about to go through, which we already are, but we're about to hit a new stargate. It starts on the 1st, and then we have the 12-12 gate, and we're going to move through the gates to the 21st and opening up a beautiful divine stargate to the 2023. So we have major passageways that are coming online. Yes, I'm sending love to Claire. Beautiful Claire and Cosmic Heartbeat. I love that name. We have Sunkeeper Arcturian in South Africa. You guys can start saying where you are located around the planet. We have Oregon. Aaron, you're going to have to open up, because I see that you're experiencing some lessons. So let's open up and just put a halt on the timelines for a while. We're going to halt the timelines for a few weeks. Amethyst, Alchemist. Yeah, we have a halt in timelines coming up. Yes, we are Living Sparkles. That's a beautiful name. Hello. We have Atlanta, Georgia. I absolutely love the frequency that you transmit. Thank you for being present. You're absolutely beautiful. We have Canada. Such beautiful people coming in. And we have LA. Beautiful LA. Thank you for anchoring all the light there. That must be that must be a very intense grid work. Mexico and Colorado. Yes, you're absolutely beautiful. And Gary, yes, you are right. We're all transmitting new frequencies and energy. And we have Utah. Beautiful harmony. I have a feeling I'll line to you soon for you to come and have an actual in-person session with me. I have a feeling that you'll be my first in-person quantum session. Light body activating. I actually do see it on timelines, but we have to move through our adjustments right now. Anchoring light in California, and that's Artie, a beautiful Artie, and Harpa is in Iceland. Thank you for opening up this Stargate. So it's going to be a beautiful Stargate. All star seeds and white lighters and gods and goddesses that are here. Thank you for being here. I'm going to share just an experience that we have to go inward. We're going to open up a Stargate with Goddess Isis and Osiris to bring in sacred attunements. And the first rays that we're going to activate, we have many Stargates we're going to work through. So we could be here for a few hours. So everyone you might as well grab your crystals and settle in. You might as well go set up with your Andaras and crystals, because we could be here for a while. Exactly. We're going to open up a passageway with the Christos Sophia frequency, and I resonate with the frequency and I transmit the frequency. So today I did decide that I will open up my templates and I'll open up my soul mission to the Christos Sophia frequency templates. Now these are templates and they're soul missions that I can choose. I can choose my contracts, and so can you now. I can choose my new contracts. The only thing is that because I am a star child and a light being from another universe, I told the Christos Sophia energy matrix and prime creator that we're going to do it in a different way. Of course. So everything's going to be always going to be a new energy here. So new co-creations. I'm going to follow the heart grid, and as I follow the heart grid is to be the true and authentic self, and not tune into too much of the templates that are already out there with the Christos Sophia. I'm going to call it a network because it's a network. So I decided that I'm going to create and co-create a Christos Sophia universe. All right, so we're going to open up into the beautiful passageways, and we're going to connect to Goddess Isis and Osiris. We're going to start the attunement. And we're going to open up the first gate system, and that's going to be Stargate 1. We have 4 Stargates we're going to move through. Gasantiro Foshanakasanti, Gosantiro Foshanakasantiro Foshanakasanti, Oshanapunakanandri Fokasanti, Santiro Foshanakandri Pakasanti. And with an open higher heart, with your permission, we're going to start connecting into the grid. The grid work is going to be into the physical body, grid work of your crystal body and your God body. We're going to open up into the Stargate system. Goddess Isis and Osiris are going to come into the heart and to connect to the heart, connect to our brow chakra, connect to our stargates in our feet, and also connecting to our higher heart chakra. The first 2 diamond rays of the diamond codes that we're going to activate the rays for a sacred attunement is going to be the crystalline diamond purple ray. And that's going to be the sacred ray of Osiris. Activating the solar raw purple crystalline diamond ray of Osiris. We're going to run this current on the right side of your body, and it's going to be a liquid plasma, purple diamond light, plasma, liquid crystalline light on the right side of your body for energetic balancing and for harmony with inside the physical body, and just to harmonize with the energies, vortexes in the body, and also to harmonize with the divine feminine frequencies into perfect balance. We're going to activate the twin ray frequency. The twin ray code and the first ray of the twin ray and the divine masculine frequencies of the God networks, and these networks are going to be on the right side of your body. Gesantino Koshanakata, Santino Shanagnu Shanakata, Gesanti, Oesana, the Devotionakati, Wasantiru Fushanaka Santino Shapushanakati, Gesana, the Devocasantu Shapushna Kushanakana, the Vocasantina Katina Kushanakata. That's going to connect to the Mercury energies of the planetary systems. And this ray is going to connect to the Syrian energies of Osiris. Also an activation of Lyran Syrian frequencies of the Osiris transmission of the twin ray of the solar raw. And just coming into the heart center and expanding. We're going to begin the transmission for the twin ray solar raw white platinum light of Goddess Isis. It's a crystalline white plasma diamond frequency. And this is going to be the flame systems, the violet flame and the white flame of Isis and Osiris. And this is opening up the Stargate passageway. We're going to open the Stargate, and this is for your sacred Ascension inner temples, activating the sacred temple of your crystalline, beautiful body of light. And that is your physical body, which is radiant and beautiful. And it is the Holy Grail. We're going to connect to the left side of the body and to transmit the beautiful white plasma liquid light and the plasma light of the white flame of Isis. And that's going to activate the divine feminine frequencies and currents. We're just going to start running the flames and the white flame of the solar raw twin ray transmission of goddess Isis. We're just going to call in our beautiful, beautiful frequencies of our twin flame, our divine sacred union, Stargate masters, goddess Isis and Osiris. Gesentino shanti, Gesentino shafushanakanandrifoka santa, Gesentino shanokonandrifoka santina kasantis come into the heart center, Goshanakanandrifoka santa, Sayoya nandripanakushanti, Gushanti, Shanokweshanakatan, Derivokoshanaki kunakata, Disitirifushnakanti, Shantina Kushnako Kasantina Kata Kasantina Kata. They're going to come into the heart center and just connect into the heart to expand the heart grid with their violet flame and their white flame. And these are the two flames for the unification and the sacred marriage within inside of you. Your holy sacred marriage, your cosmic chalice, your God body initiation. Santi. So we're going to start the activation for the soul codex of the solar raw transmission with goddess Isis and god Osiris. So to ignite the soul with the sacred flames of the solar raw transmission. We're going to start activating the oversoul inner temple. This is going to be your third temple. We're going to start bringing this temple fully online. We're going to activate your fourth temple. And the fourth temple is the God body, the full embodiment of God consciousness, the high God and the high goddess temple. Gesanti, Gesanti Fushnaku, Casantina Yokushnaku, no Kono de Pacasanti, Gusantina Kanan de Bocasanti, Ashanakatan de Bocasanti, Kiokushanakata, Santino Shafushnakushnakan de Focasantina, Casantina Kushnakunakata, Ios and Okushnakana de Focasantina Kikata, going to activate the fifth temple. The fifth temple of the inner temple of Ascension is Supreme Consciousness. The Supreme Consciousness Source Prime Creator, and that is going to be the Supreme Consciousness embodiment, which is our destiny. It is our destiny, and it is also the full embodiment of our blueprint and our birthright. As the angelic humans and all the angelic humans on the planet, and also the sacred blueprints and the connection to the source seed atom. For all species in this universe and the multiverse, all that exists in the universe, that this is their blueprint and birthright, their destiny, their creation. Is that connection to that supreme consciousness, the source seed atom. Sentido Fushanakanan Santi. Asanakatan Santi. We're just going to connect this beautiful current through the Stargate. Listen to Shanakatan, the full embodiment and the merge of your twin ray aspects, the universal male and female. We're going to be shifting into Mercury now. As we started in Venus, Venus is the frequencies of pure love intelligence, and Mercury is wisdom and knowledge and universal will. Santa Santino Shanaku Sanaku Sana Santino Kushna Kushna Kuda Kananda de Fuka Santina Kika Nakananda de Fuka Santakata Santina Katanda de Fuka Santi Shantina Fushnaka Santi. We're going to take you inward. The first Stargate attunement is going inward. Inward. Your relationship with yourself is shifting, that you are seeing the beauty and the radiant of light of who you are. You're able to walk as the beautiful being of light because you always were. This is more than just a twin ray union. This is more than just a soul union partnership. This is more than just divine sacred unions. Each contract on this planet is to assist you with activations for your inner and for your inner self. Dishino kushna kusantina konanda fuka santina kushna kasanti wasanakata. Dishintinu kushna kasanti gishanakata. This is more than just a frequency match. This is more than just a divine sacred union partnership. The twin ray inside is your blueprint and your birthright of the full embodiment of source. Your reconnection to source from creator, co-creator self. It is just the embodiment so you can return to God consciousness, to your source, Christ and light, seed atom. Listen to Shafushnakunakati, Gesantinakushnakunokanadrifokasanti, Asantino Shakoshanakata, Dashantina Foshanaka Santina Kosanta. All relationships in this incarnation is to assist you with your divine activations of your ascension initiations. So you can return to your reconnection of your birthright and your blueprints to reconnect to the starlight Christed intelligence of the Christed star source seed atom. Shantino Shafu Shnakasanti. Gisantito Krishna Kanadripoka Santana Kuko Santaka Naganadripuku Sanakati. Santina Kushna Kanadripuka Santina Kikata. Dishinukushnaka Santi. And you'll be able to tune into the transmissions as you expand your heart and you're able to merge again. Vishnukushnaka Santidoko Sanakanadrifuka Santi. Geshanakanadrifuka Santina Kati. Gushnakuna. The sentido fushnaka sentido fushintiu gishanaka santanakata. You're going to turn on your eyes and your eyes to your inner temple of the solar raw crystalline plasma eyes so you can see again and to see the radiant and the beauty of your body, the beauty of your soul, so you have a deeper connection with yourself. The shintino kushnaka santino kusanaka santi. Asanakana de Fushantaka Santina Kushnakana de Vanaka Santi, Santina Fushnaka Santina Kasantina Kushnakana de Boka Santi. It is a deeper connection for your sacred holy grail, is your crystal body. It is your physical body, that you are beautiful and that you are light and radiant. You always were, that you incarnated in a matrix that is distorted. It's time for you to awaken and to remember the beautiful being and the radiant of who you are. This is a shift for us to return to source. This is the solar raw source awakening for the planet for the next 7 years, which is the golden diamond age. All of you are the ancient ones and the elders that are returning. And it is time for you to reconnect and to fully love yourself, to bring your soul conscious online. and to be able to align to your soul frequency transmissions. And all relationships on this planet are your twin flames, your activations, your divine sacred unions, your relationships. You'll be able to see again when you remove the veils. And the veils are in the third eye. As you decalcify the third eye, you'll be able to remember the relationships that you designed are soul agreements to assist you with the full embodiment of your high God and high goddess, your God body, for you to remember to love yourself again. This is the first gate. The first gate is your birthright and your blueprint of your sovereignty, your freedom, your reconnection to the source, Christ and light, seed atom, which is the source seed atom. And this is going to be the first Stargate for your crystal body, which was always a crystal body. And it always was a crystal body. You just couldn't see the body yet because of the density on your chakras, your multi-dimensional centers you weren't able to see yet. The first activation is going to be with you to ignite your soul. Okay, so that's the first gate. And the first gate is to connect you to your source, Christed star, seed atom, within inside of you. Now we're going to move through the passageways. We're going to open up to divine sacred unions. And that each union in all soul agreements or contracts. So a lot of you, and I'm going to share an experience of what we believe the twin flame is, the twin ray, the soulmates. So I don't know about you, but mine seem to fly by really fast. I think I have something. Okay. So my passageway of ascension started probably in 2009. And I also had many contracts aligned. Now, the twin flame unions and soulmates that come in to assist you, and this should be able to help you or to activate your heart grid in order for you to expand in consciousness with photonic light. It is an energetic exchange through the crystal eyes. The crystalline plasma eyes come fully online, and it is a higher grid system. And when we say higher grid, we're talking about a higher template, higher strand. But we all exchange energies through the eyes. We all exchange plasma frequencies and codes and light codes. So since 2009 is when I began the transmissions of loving myself again. And that really is becoming consciousness, vibration and energy. And that's when my Kundalini started to awaken. And I remember I was most likely in places that were not the highest for me. And I remember certain frequencies of the light body activating. And I realized that it would activate with the soul contracts and the contracts and soul agreements that I align to. So it is all energetic exchange, eye to eye connection. And then you activate each other in order for you to move through the initiations. So that's when it did start, and I was able to tune into it. Now we do have frequency matches, which are twin flames that are connected on the planet. And yes, a lot of people would say, no, they're not real, or it really doesn't matter. Twin flames are real. Okay, there's many different awakenings on that one. Twin flames are the ones who ignite your flames, and it's a flame energy. Now, there's karmic twin flames, and the karmic twin flames are going to be victim, conflict, and drama, obsession, and two as well, because I've seen those two. I've had experiences of almost like, you know, you're going to jump out of your bodies and tear each other apart and then love each other. Those are karmic twin flames. Those are not true twin flames. So but it works to get the softwares out, and that's the whole point. You're just removing softwares. Eventually you'll realize you were in a relationship probably for about 4 years with that type of mentality. So that mentality is going to be the third dimensional consciousness and the fourth dimensional consciousness. Now, I don't know about you, but all of my twin flames and all of my activation divine sacred unions went very fast for me, extremely fast, only about a few months. And now I realize that's really good, because I was probably quantum jumping the whole time. I'm actually excited that that I was never in a relationship longer than a year or 4 years. Okay. So the beginning of the few of the twin flame relationships, I realized a lot of them were different, beautiful star children that I was aligning to the whole time. All of them were just radiant and beautiful and star seed children or indigos, but most of the time it was just a star galactic humanoid that I realized that was just here from a different fall system, actually. So that was really cool to tune into, and I did really well activating and speeding through it very fast. Now, there was a few of them where you feel like you're going to jump out of the bodies, and then you would be playing. So that's more of, I call those the karmic twins, that are very close to the full anchor of the divine child. So you go at it with conflict, and then you're playing the next minute, go at it with conflict, and then you're playing the next minute. So that really is for you to clear distortions, and then you're hitting the divine child, clear distortions, hitting the divine child, back and forth, and then you'll realize, boom, it's over. So those ones go really fast. And I just want to talk about a little bit about relationships right now. And that can be all relationships. So if you look at it, a lot of people just think that it's relationships of intimate relationships is the word I'm going to use. Sex and relationships. It's not always. It could be also agreements if you look at it. If you look a little bit deeper, you'll realize that if that is what your intimate relationship is, then you probably have had all relationships like this, not realizing it. Because you're clearing distortions and clearing your bandwidths. So it can be friends and family too. You realize that those ones will play themselves out for the longest time. So those are probably your highest soul agreements, and that would be friends and family, but it's not really friends. Those are divine. All of them are divine sacred unions. So all of those contracts you'll see are actually coming to the surface right now for you to look at. So a lot of you guys are going to be in reflection grids. Sorry, my hair is off to make me fix my hair. So then you're going to see that you are in a major reflection grid right now, because we have all new templates. That is all the inner marriage coming fully online. It is. So it's a whole new opening of a new doorway of higher vibrational relationships. And all of you are connecting, and you're feeling like, I'm connected. I'm actually connecting to soul family. And then you connect that grid, and you see the beauty, and you realize that this is what we call the new earth. Higher vibrational frequency relationships that are coming in. You can feel everything, and that could just be everything shifted for all of your old soul agreements too. So a lot of you guys will be carrying over family too, and that's not always going to be true for a lot of star seeds. So it's it will always be a little bit different for star seeds. It's different contracts. Once a star seed or a star being fully wakes up to the galactic guardian roles, it really is for them to get the mission done and the soul mission. So they know they can release very fast, because star seeds and galactic guardians came in here for a mission for the whole planet. It's not just self-service. Okay. It's not a self-service template. It's a little bit different because the teams and technicians are a little bit different, that the teams are not going to let them just walk back in to a matrix, if that makes sense. That everything was designed for them to get the missions done, to get the grid work done, to get everything done, because that's their sole mission. So they can transition from family very fast too. A lot of them actually do, also because of more of the old programming. It's just not an energetic alignment anymore. And then there's ones that know that they're fully online and completely, fully online, that they know that this is just their mission, is to get it done. So that could happen to you too. And that's also a relationship, and those will be relationships with your higher selves. Those will be relationships with your galactic councils, relationships with your oversoul only. And it's not that type of relationship. It's a relationship where you're up day and night. So you're up forever, like always, doing what you have to do, because that is how you designed it. And it's that relationship is fun and it's blissful. And then it might not be blissful sometimes, because we see everything actually. So there's a lot that we see, okay? And we see everything because it's transparent. Like the grids are transparent, the collectives are transparent. So the transparency is that we stay in a high vibration, but we look at everything in the universal grid systems so we can get everything done. So that's like what we call a marker, and those are markers that are set up, and those are for Galactic Guardians. Your markers will be set up when all contracts go, and it's going to be maybe about 5 years of just what we call training, okay? And it's not really training at all. It's what you know, and it's already there. So that's, everything. There's no codependency, if that makes sense. So that's also a relationship that a lot of you guys could be coming online to. You could feel like, oh, a lot of people think that's detachment. It's not. Detachment is that we don't allow the old system in. We don't allow the old programming. We don't allow ego in. So the egos just won't come in. We can align to the higher version, friends and family, and we go in, and then we come out. And some Galactic Guardians never go back in, and just keep going. So that's a new relationship. You could be seeing that coming online too, and that's going to be a relationship with your higher self, all of your higher selves, your multidimensional higher selves, all of them. Okay. And that's when everything just turns on. So a lot of people from the old systems, or let's say some soul agreements, will never understand, because they haven't been able to awaken yet. They haven't been able to fully come online. And that's okay. It doesn't matter, really. So that can happen too. And that transition for Galactic Guardian or Star Being, they have many masteries there, and many masteries, because you can't control people. So that's the biggest mastery, is releasing control, and that's going to happen too for a lot of us. So that's going to be a really cool blueprint for all starseeds that are listening right now. And it is, you'll still have to talk to your higher selves. That is the universal male and the universal female. A lot of us actually have 2 Christed avatars. We don't have just one Christed avatar. We have 2 Christed avatars. That's another 5-year, we call it a 5-year release, so another 5-year of mastery sitting with your 2 twin ray Christed avatars. And I think that's an awesome experience, because those are your twin ray Christed avatars, your full embodiments of your higher selves, that are going to teach you some really cool stuff. So that is how we look at everything, is wisdom and knowledge. And then, so that's huge. Now, sharing just a little bit of experience, going back, shifting from 3D to 4D, I had to have a frequency match come in. A beautiful frequency match that came in very fast and left very fast. And it really was just the activation of the ascension cycles the next expansion for my heart. And this frequency match galactically, and I'm going to say galactically, this frequency match of the higher self, because it was a star seed to star seed, and an angelic, well, an angelic human to an angelic, two advanced elders, in a sense, two very advanced elders coming together is one, and the vessels are completely not turned on, but the higher selves know what's going on here. We came together, which activated our next strands, and those are our strands 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, exactly. So the activation is the strands, but the human vessels only think, the human selves, which is still us during this time, only can see what's right here on a flat surface. You're not seeing the wonders and the beauty of the flame dance and the tango. So the tango only lasted for a few months, and that's the tango dance. We don't tango anymore. So that was a good tango. Now, the one thing that happened to me, anyways, that I don't think happened to him, because I can tune into his higher self, and his higher self will be laughing and going, "Oh, I got some years, you know." So I can tune into, I could hear his higher self always, because that is a union, a soul agreement of a resonance, of a frequency match. So they would call that the golden twin rays, or the blue rays that are twin rays, two avatars. And that was my first elder to elder agreement, and that was a beautiful frequency match. And two, the only thing is that I came fully online, fully speaking light language, full communication to the God realms, full communication to the oversoul, full telepathic and very clear telepathic communication. So I turned all the way on very fast at a light speed within a month. Full telepathic hearing, Sumerian, the Sumerian brain, the Syrian brain, and the Andromedan brain came fully on, and I could telepathically receive from all of my higher selves, also to be able to communicate to the God realm. So obviously I came, that frequency match, that twin flame union that lasted only for a few months, turned me on like a Christmas tree. I was lit up like a Christmas tree. Activated my Merkaba too. I was speaking fluent light language, writing, drawing, and I also was running around the room, because I had to hide during that time from everyone, because there's just no way I could show my Neo moves. But I was running around the room and literally turning into Neo from the Matrix, and the chi and the qua, and I mean, it was beyond what you could even imagine. I was doing kung fu at a light speed around the whole room. Okay, so that's pretty turned on. What I did is I mingled my DNA. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the experience of this awesome twin flame that came into my life, that we mingled. Then that was just a mystical and magical, awakening, because I could feel his higher self here, like cracking up laughing. It was like an expansion. And of course I was losing my mind and releasing the energy body all at the same time. So it was hilarious, right? It was two gods coming together, two creators, the creator selves coming together, and I realized that we're a part of the original creators. And that's why it was like, oh my God, releasing beyond what you could imagine. But what it was is that we mingled our DNA together, and because we mingled our DNA, everything activated. So I turned on like a Christmas tree, beyond what you could even imagine. And I realized all of this, and the Neo, and the shifting chi, and it looked like you could see the chi just running through my body as I'm jumping around a small room. And then I could grab other things, and I was doing some crazy stuff with a lot of different tools around the house. And I could sit there and bend the holograms and everything else. So that was his higher, that's his DNA. So I realized, well, this is him. As I'm like running around, and I knew it. I said, this is definitely his. So I was like, this his abilities. So I thought it was hilarious. I was like, this is definitely him, and here I am. And it's funny because the gods that came in was Isis and Osiris the whole time. So it was hilarious. It was hilarious because then Isis came in and then Osiris came in, and I was channeling beyond what you could even imagine. So we're obviously from the lineages of Isis and Osiris. I realized this after 8 years. 8 years, I realized that we're from the lineages of Isis and Osiris. It's like the DNA, the mingling, because I mean, I looked like Neo, and I've never done martial arts, so that's where the ego would come in, and I literally was freaking out on what I could do. The chi, the qua, bending the holograms. I had light coming out of my hands. I was doing angelic alchemy beyond what you could even imagine. I mean, I was lighting up a grid around me, and I could see light and purple coming from my hands. And this was all within a month of a 3-month encounterment. It would be like the last encounterment or something like that. So it was, the relationship went very fast. And it was a twin flame activation. It was obviously a full integration. And what it was is we were mingling our DNA together. And we mingled our DNA, and I activated my strands, and I activated all the way up. Now, what I would do is I would run around, and I would be moving chi, and I could do kung fu. So I could download at a rapid speed kung fu and different energy arts. It was very natural. Never did kung fu. Never did any type of martial arts. My mom's on here, and she can type on the chat that that's very true. Okay, I was a bartender. Okay, that was up all night and had a bad alcohol problem. So I was not doing kung fu, you guys, at all. I was not. It was completely opposite. So when I was sitting here and I was running around, I realized, I said, this is his DNA. I knew that was his DNA, and I knew that that was his higher self. And we had the full embodiment of the Isis and Osiris, and I brought in the Isis and Osiris. So what happened was avatar consciousness very fast. And I went to avatar consciousness like that, like at a light speed. And I was integrating all of our DNA of our God lineages all in one. And those are not the only gods. I mean, it was God and goddess after one, after the other, after the other. It was the most intense awakening for me. That it was very intense during that time, especially because anyone who goes to that extreme, turning on, because people talk about the Kundalini experience, and they do. Everyone can bring in all different types of awesome templates for the Kundalini experience. But I will tell you, when I was researching in the spiritual communities about these type of accelerations, I never found any. I found one man that I saw actually just dancing. It looked like he was dancing the light codes. And then that's where I started to put 2 and 2 together. And he had an experience very similar to mine. His name was Guillermo. And I came across him, but I was very hidden for a long time, because every spiritual community I went to, anyone that I connected to, they would look at me crazy or cross-eyed, and they're supposed to be spiritually awakened. So then I stopped, but I realized that there was a point there that the oversouls were actually showing me, in a sense, that eventually you'll align to your soul tribe. And I did. Eventually I found others, and I was able to find others. So we mingled our DNA, and we went to the goddess blueprints very fast. Never saw the man again. So that's where I was like, never saw the physical vessel, but I had the experience of having his higher self with me for years. Now, that's not my galactic husband. Okay, that was an awesome activation, and that was a soul agreement. So my galactic husband is a different being, an angelic human starseed. that is on a full solar body system. Okay, which a lot of them are in higher Earth systems. And they are, and yes, you can see them because there's tons of WayShowers around the planet. A lot of people are like, oh, can you even see them? But that's the solar body. They're in a higher dimension. There's many WayShowers that are already there, and talk to you guys and have led for like 20 years and are on the solar system. It's just the human intelligence not understanding the different Earth systems and what's available in the multi-dimensional grid work. So it will take a while for anyone to understand about the higher Earth contracts, that they are physical and you can touch them. So, and yes, we can teleport. And yes, we can translocate, and we can biolocate, and all of this really cool stuff. Okay, so this beautiful acceleration was one of my highest twin unions, obviously twin flame, that I literally was obsessed and crying and releasing the body. I mean, I'm telling you, it was the biggest release of softwares for about 6 years. And there's a lot, and there was no contact afterwards. So I do find a lot of beautiful people that have mingled their DNA, and there's no contact between the twin rays anymore, the twin flames. And it's like 6 years later that they're still could be obsessing like I did, or clearing depression and sadness. Well, that's the whole point, and that's experiencing the dark night of the soul, which is the dark night of the ego, and that's all that it is. It's not the soul at all. It's the dark night of your awakening. Is that it is? It's the dark night of your awakening, you guys. So I can tell you many other unions after that. My daughter is one of my highest crystalline awakenings, and she is my beautiful ray of light, and she is that ray. She also assisted with getting me fully awakened too as well, by mingling DNA in the belly and all of the co-creation portals, and then also her father too as well. So her father also was a twin flame, very fast, as we say. We went really fast, and that was a fire expansion, fire blowout is what I call it, at a very fast light speed quantum jump. But he's also a star child. He's more of a crystal child, actually. And so we brought in a beautiful beyond ray of light in 2011, and that was a beautiful acceleration. She's my twin flame, and the divine sacred unions is going to be everyone too. So anyone who has been in my life that has triggered me. So the karmic twin flames, whoever triggered you the most is your karmic twin flame. It's a divine sacred union. Okay. So there's beautiful unions. Probably my first union would be both my parents, and those would be my first divine unions, would be my mother and my father. And they are. So, and yes, and I'm sure there's beautiful soul blueprints and contracts. So your family, your parents, no matter whatever the physical is, it doesn't matter. Okay, so you mingle your DNA with both of your parents, your co-creators, through your creational portal. It doesn't matter about the play and the scene and the matrix and how you came in. It's two creational portals that you come through, two portals. You come through a portal of two, especially, well, angelic humans. You have to come from two indigo races in order for you to materialize star children. Okay, so both my parents are indigos, angelic humans, and they are my first DNA mingling. So they're my first twin flame contracts. Okay, telepathically connected to them, and extremely telepathically connected to both of them. It doesn't matter about the play and the scene, and I'm always going to keep saying that. It doesn't matter about the physical. We're light beings. And it's just the vessel. Let's just say the vessel could have a lot of density, and that's all that it is. So you'll eventually realize that when you embody your universal soul. When you embody and you reconnect to source, you'll be able to see multidimensionally instead of just seeing from a flat line. And that could just be a lot of separation, inner separation and judgment coming up all the time, or hatred or anger. And that could be different galactic energies from galactic war. That also could be a lot of the Atlantis grids that are coming up, the old Atlantis, and lots of anger and violence and conflict and abuse. And that really is because that's what you're clearing. So coming in here, we knew coming in here, a lot of us, the ones that have not been here in a system, the ones that have come in, we came in knowing the experience, and you're like being on a beautiful experience. Okay, so we're going to kind of go back and around just for a little bit. Those would be your first activations, and then you'll also have your family, which could be siblings too. And that's also going to all be a union and a soul agreement until your oversoul decides what is the next levels of your ascension. So you have to remember that nothing always is forever, because that's the whole point of the blueprints. And that's releasing codependency too. So as I tell you, I can list a lot of my unions. 2015 is when I started to move into more soulmate contracts. And that would be divine sacred unions that are not so karmic flaming, conflict. Now, I sat in one for 10 years, which a lot of victim programming, trying to wake up someone and trying to assist someone who had a lot of narcissistic traits for 10 years. And there was actually a few contracts there. I had two that just, which I was giving my power away. It was actually me learning the lesson, not too much then, okay? That I spent almost 10 years or 6 years or 7 years trying to assist them with their awakening. And that was me giving my power away, but they were also soul agreements, okay? And that's going to be soulmates. And then eventually I just wrapped the contracts up because I realized how I was giving my power away, and I released control and domination. So that's one of the biggest things, is that I released control and domination softwares and the hard drive in the body. And that's really what it was, is that I realized you cannot do nothing with anyone. Okay. You can assist them and guide them through small activations, but you cannot control their awakening. So when you release control hard drives and domination hard drives, which is in the matrix and everybody has them, and I always tell people, if you realize it's collective, you might be able to speed through the veils a lot faster and the illusions a lot faster in the body. And I have to say this because if I was talking to me, if I went to go talk to me 6 years ago, I would be crying or something and saying, no, that's not me, and crying and not being able to see and being defensive. Okay, so and I would be like, all right, well, I'll be back when you expand. And that would be me talking to me. I know how sensitive I am, and I would take it personally, because that is also removing the hard drive of what we call the self-service template. So I definitely probably would break down if I went to go talk to me 6 years in the past. And I'm just going to talk about this just for a little bit, because it's very important to know how much we grow as we quantum jump. So once you realize that it's just softwares, when you start to release everything, you'll realize they have a higher self. Eventually, you'll realize the ones that you sat with for 6 years, and it's a push and pull energy, and it's a draining of the field. So it's an energy drainage and an energy leakage, where you have all the fears. Okay. Or if you're trying to awaken someone or awaken a relationship, and that's all relationships, you eventually will release your control and domination hard drive systems, and you will realize that this contract is over. The only point of the contract was for you to clear that hard drive, and that's it. So that's simple. You would just realize that's all it was, and it took 6 years, and that's a long time, right? Okay, so eventually you would just realize that was the whole point of the contract, and you won't hold attachments and identities and cords. Okay, you can love from a place of detachment, but the contracts are over. and they're completed. And you can mark them as completed in full because you guys have that power. You can mark any contracts that you want to, completed in full. So 6 years of being in relationships where you can sit for a while as an observer, as a higher self, and just sit there and see how you gave your power away. And you can sit there for years seeing how you gave your power away, That's fine, but get out of that one too, as fast as possible. The reason why you want to transition and to clear that belief, because eventually you'll realize when the contract is completed because you actually expanded more, and you realize that contract was just for you to release that hard drive of control and domination or separation and judgment, and that's it. And then it's onward to the awesome relationships. Okay. I had another twin flame relationship come in that's more of a counterpart. This one came in, I think, in 2015. With another one that came into at the same time. Now it was always just going to be that one contract. The other one was just a mission and in itself. So that was more of a mission as my Galactic High Commander. It wasn't a twin flame relationship. Okay. Didn't really see it until my higher self integrated more and finally came in and really merged with me and said, this is just a mission. But this one here is a soul agreement, and that one went really fast too as well. It was more euphoria, so that one would definitely be more of a soul agreement, and it went really fast. But it was able to pull up the last layers, and the last layers of belief systems and fear, and what sex and relationship really is. Okay, which is gone. Okay, so sex and relationships, okay, and I'm going to say the old belief systems of sex is gone. So it's like that was the best acceleration of the mingling of the DNA, because I realized that that was the whole point, was to remove that system. And it was to remove the system of the old system of sex, relationship, belief systems. So that was a good hard drive to move out. All of the fear and codependency and a little bit of obsession. So there was a lot there coming up. Okay. Lots of doubt in self, lots of being able to see and not speaking my voice and knowing I shouldn't have taken this contract at all, because that was the first acceleration. You ever had like a soul contract or a soul agreement that you see coming back in, and you know that that you have to say no, and you should just say no to the contract because you're the higher self. And I was already embodied with the higher self. I was fully online by 2015, 2016, and it was around 2015 or 2016. I already knew, I was already embodied with my higher self during that time. I also activated the Godhead. I was activating my 12th dimensional system fully online. I was having accelerated expansions. The Merkaba system was online. I mean, I was flying, and I saw this one come in, which I would call the last key exchange, if you want to say, which is a key exchange. And I saw it coming in because I was a higher self. I chose the path of the opposite path of what I knew. And I should have just said no and just completed the contract at a light speed. But because I didn't, I had to go through a whole play, the play and the scenes, and I had to deprogram all of this hard drive system, which is beautiful, because I was able to look within, and I was able to love myself. So it was that one was a great one. I was able to fully love myself again. I could clear all of the fear. I cleared all of the old belief systems of what a relationship is, or I'm talking about an intimate relationship now, belief system of what we believe is an intimate relationship, what a fifth dimensional vibrational relationship is. So I was able to remove the 3D hard drive and the 4D hard drive very fast. And that was the whole point of the soul agreement of that karmic twin flame. So that's a karmic twin flame, but it was a beautiful acceleration because it was more inner. like more of the solar and the gamma activation within the physical body. It was the solar and the gamma in the body. And the relationship was more euphoric, which was, we went to an elevated state of consciousness and we were able to deprogram, but we were in an euphoria state of consciousness. We were in a very high state of consciousness and everything started to turn on. And that was the whole point of our contract. Now, because I took that pathway and that blueprint, I was able to go to the next system, Earth system. And it's all about the Earth systems and initiations. And then by 2019, that's actually where I was processed by Galactics about my husband from Andromeda, which is my royal marriage from Andromeda. And the royal marriage from Andromeda obviously would be the indigo angelic races. Yes, the Magi Holy Grail lines. Okay, so eventually it all came together. And then here we are. So releasing the templates, and then I was able to activate once he came in 2019. I said, oh my God. So there's a lot of transformation for the last few years to understand what is a divine sacred union, what is a fifth dimensional vibrational relationship, what is a 7D vibrational relationship. It's vibrational, it's through frequency. It's telepathy, it's telepathic. It is it's a holy union, and you can say it's holy, but it is a holy union. A divine sacred union is inner and outer. It is beyond what you can even imagine. There's no words for it. There really is no words. And there is no belief systems exactly in sex and relationships. So that's out the window. It is pure Christ consciousness, frequencies, intelligence in the body. It is a pure crystal intelligence. It is pure. There's no conflict here. There's no conflict. There's no drama. There's no we're gonna work this out type of thing. There's no working anything out here. It's a higher union. We don't work anything out with each other. There's no conflict here. It is pure harmonious. It is heart-to-heart connection. There's no 4D here at all. There's no fourth dimension. There's no conflict. We're gonna work everything out. That doesn't exist here at all. It's a pure frequency. It's pure honor. It's pure respect. It's pure integrity. It's pure harmonious to the heart. Okay. That's the only way I can describe it, is that it's here. It's a heart-to-heart connection. Okay. A lot of people say I had a heart-to-heart connection. You probably had a heart-to-heart connection maybe for a few minutes. The last flame, and I'm just gonna say, we'll see the last flame. I think it's the last flame. The last karmic twin flame, which was the last activation, was a heart-to-heart connection only for a few minutes, and that was just because we held those grids. And then also, yeah, that was a heart-to-heart connection afterwards, but because we were able to hold that heart-to-heart connection just for a split second, that's where we were able to ignite to our next soul contracts, and to be able to go to the Christed divine sacred union, which is the counterpart. Okay, so where we are in the divine sacred union partnership is the counterpart. So it's the counterpart union. So some people will know what that means, but we're counterparts. Okay, so it's the counterpart. Yeah. So it's actually a beautiful consort or counterpart, whatever words you want to use, but that's what Isis and Osiris were. Is that they were two massive, beautiful beings in a vessel that was an angelic human. And they were what you call counterparts, divine sacred union, partnerships, twin flames, consorts. We've heard that too. There was no separation between them. They could walk in each other's bodies. There was two bodies, okay? Two angelic human bodies. They want me to share this so you guys can have a picture of what they really were, so you know the abilities we're moving back to on the planet, all right? So it really is important. This one is definitely important. This was a big one. I'll probably have to do some workshops for the next 7 years for you guys to even understand. I'll have to have pictures of you guys. All right. To embody this. So like, what do you mean? Okay. So they were an advanced being, okay, that had two angelic human vessels, which we are now. There are ones that are already on the full 12 strand and the full 24 strand on the planet. Okay, so it is us, the angelic humans here, okay? And there was two bodies. Now, they actually were co-created together. All right, the technology was a lot more advanced back then. I'm just going to say light technology and crystal technology. So they actually were created together and born together at age 7. And they were. We were not born as infants, and there was no menstrual cycle either here on the planet, just for all the women to know that there was no menstrual cycle. Okay, so they wanted me to tell you about that. There was no menstrual cycle, so some of the history got distorted. Yes, there was no menstrual cycle at all for women. There was a lot that is the opposite. So they were created at age 7. They want me to tell you a little bit about this. They were twin flame counterparts, consorts, divine sacred union. They were raised together, and they were raised in temples, sacred temples, which everyone knows about their temples today. And you do know about their beautiful temples of what we have left. We do have what is left of them, and it's really important that if you're on this whole journey to see if you can get to their temples to visit. There is a beautiful woman that I came across. Her name is Jennifer lately, and I am going to put her link at the bottom of this description, that she is holding a massive event for 2023, and she is just a radiant being of light, beautiful being. And I'm very excited. I don't know her, but I know her. So I don't have to know her. I can see her higher self, the highest version of her standing in front of me right now. And just absolutely beautiful in white and blue garments, and can see all of the crystals and everything of this beautiful radiant woman. And she's going to be taking you guys on a beautiful journey. Those of you that are going to be aligned for an 1111 portal next year, a beautiful journey that everybody's being called to, where you can go to the temples, and she knows all the temples of Isis and Osiris and what's still standing. So I'll have her link at the bottom. But I found her through Ra, the sun god, and Ra told me to look up this name, and I go, oh, okay. So I looked up the name, and so sure enough, I see another woman with the solar Ra transmissions and the Ra codes and everything that Ra has gifted me the past 3 years, of knowing that is another counterpart of mine, and he is. So it's really funny, right? How everything connects. I looked it up, but she calls it solar, I think a little bit different. She pronounced it different. I say solar Ra because that's what I heard was solar Ra. And I think she calls it Sula Ra. She's pronounced it just a little bit different, and that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's all the same frequencies. So if you connect to their temple of what we have left, you will be able to enjoy the journey as we're all coming together and piecing what we remember from our templates, and our templates are in our body. Our templates are restored. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a picture of that. She's bringing in this amazing tour, and I'm sharing their story. It's not really an old story because no one knows about this story at all. No one does. And that's why I know, well, we're getting there. So they're excited about this story. So they were created together, co-created together in a crystalline light technology, and they were born at age 7. And each one of them, they have their own temples, and everything is exactly is opposite. Okay, so it's not worship, but they are holy children, which all of the children during that time, all children that were coming into the passageways of the ascension of the inner temple of light were worshipped, but not worship. It's not worshiping, that they were praised, that they were holy. There was no abuse. There was no physical abuse. There was nothing of that during that time. Okay, they were the pedestal. They were the holy system, actually, of the holy system of the family, of the bloodline during that time. So it's completely opposite of what it is now. Okay, so there's a lot of templates that we're bringing in, because I'll be sharing this by the time I'm 45. I promised them that I would raise conscious awareness for children, and to see how we can develop the old innocence, and it is all but more of the ancient energies of raising children, and to be able to see the beauty and the light of them. Okay, so there was no discipline or anything like that. They actually, oh my God, if that ever happened, exactly, because if anything ever happened, you ever touched them, whew, it's like, no, they didn't kill you or anything, but it's like that just didn't exist. It was a higher consciousness and elevated consciousness during that time. Okay, so just letting you know that everything was an ascension, initiation, a ritual. It was absolutely beautiful, beyond the heart-to-heart connection and Christ connection that you could even phantom in your mind right now. Those of you that are awakening, the most beautiful thing is that Isis and Osiris were never separated at all, because they could see through each other's eyes. They could merge into each other's bodies. They could walk in the same body. Okay, so there was two bodies, but they were never separated. So they could walk, like Osiris could be walking and Isis could be, let's say, in another temple, and Isis would still be seeing through her husband's eyes. Okay, so it was a merge. And it was the same thing for Isis, is that the right side of their body, actually, that would have been Osiris walking, and Isis will be on the left side. Isn't that funny how everything works? But anyways, that's actually how they were never separated, that they could walk in each other's bodies, and that they could experience the same thing. And I'm talking about all of the senses, all of the senses. They could hear, they could taste, they could eat, and they could feel each other. That's how beautiful it was, that they could feel every light fragment, and everything, every experience they could do together, even if they were walking, let's say they're walking in other temples, or doing more of their high royalty templates, exactly, or tablets. Yeah, they call them tablets. Okay, so just kind of open up just a little bit and expand your consciousness to know that these were their abilities, and they want you to know about that is the true template, and the true template of the Christed, you can call it avatar, the Christed God self blueprint of the divine sacred union, which is the Christed sacred union, that divine sacred union. A lot of you guys are going through initiations, especially if you're indigos or star children. You're going through initiation, so you align to that divine sacred union. Okay, like me. And that is what happened, is that I realized no matter what, I can never take a pathway with someone in a consciousness that is not a lower consciousness, but is still fluctuating from a fourth dimensional grid system. There's no way. I speeded really fast, so with all of the beautiful ones, and that would definitely be the first one in Miami. The first flame was the blueprint and the setting for my divine union with my husband, which is we're counterparts, consorts, and we can walk in each other's bodies. We have the same abilities as them. And I'll tell you why. Because Isis and Osiris were angelic genetic soulmates. Some of you will know what that is. Some of you will not. Okay? And they were. They were genetic, angelic soulmates. And me and my husband are angelic, genetic soulmates. So that means that we can be in the same body teaching, or we can be in the same body and see through each other's body. Now, this is the advancement of what you call the star being and the light being. And everyone will be able to tune into this and access this, because a lot of us have brought this template in for all of you to experience it. It doesn't have to be with what you call an intimate relationship. You could have it with a close soul tribe. You can actually have that, realize, oh, we're consorts. It doesn't matter if you're a male or a female, or if you're two males or two females. Just want you to know that. It really doesn't matter. Okay? So it's just a vessel, and that's it. So eventually you'll just realize it's just a vessel. And just wanted to tell you a little bit about Isis and Osiris. Of what they want to share is that there's a lot of people that brought this in already, and that know that they could be in the same vessel with each other, which is an angelic, genetic, and a full original template. You can call it original template, but we'll say the full original angelic template, the angelic human template. Okay, so they were like us. Okay, so they were like us, just a little bit different. So they were in a higher parallel Earth. There's many Earth systems here. Now everyone was in a higher parallel Earth because the vibrational frequencies of the planet were higher during that time. Now there are distortions with them now, yes, because of human intelligence. A lot of people say it's innate intelligence, I guess, but it's more of the human species. So you'll realize that the frequencies of the planet lowered, and that's all that it was. The frequencies of Gaia lowered, and now they're raising again. So that's the reason why you'll all be experiencing this. Now, a lot of you guys you will be experiencing these blueprints in your dream state. Have you ever had dreams where you're in somebody else's body, or you're in your friend's body? A lot of us star children have. We've had plenty of dreams of being in somebody else's body, wondering. I have been in other people's bodies, seeing what they're doing that's not good either. So that's another one. That's because I'm a galactic guardian, and I actually have to see through their eyes to see what they're doing, so I can readjust the grids. All right, so that can happen too. I've had many of those, and waking up not understanding either the abilities that I have. So that happens in the dream state, and I've done those too. I've also have been in rescue missions as well, being in somebody else's body, and on rescue missions and different types of matrices on the planet in my dream state. And then you eventually realize what's going on, right? So we're going to go back to divine sacred unions and twin flames, connecting to Isis and Osiris. That is how they existed. That there was no separation, that they could feel every vibration, every breath, every molecule, every atom, every organism, every taste, every experience. They could feel it. There was no separation, that it was just two vessels and two, let's just say, two counterparts, two angelic genetic soulmates, and two vessels having a beautiful experience. Okay. It was a pure consciousness. It's not really worshipped. I just want you to know that the worshiping is not the frequency word to use. It was Christed intelligence, Christed source intelligence. It was absolutely beautiful. It was a connection beyond what you could even integrate right now until you fully experience it. If you connect to them, though, they can actually assist you in your dream state to fully experience the vibrational frequency, so you can start holding the template here. Now, if you're shut down with protection and control, it could take a little while for you to release the protection and the control in the physical body. And the protection and the control is that you have to look at your childhood. You have to look at your childhood, at the belief systems of discipline, and that will assist you with removing the layers through phoenix cycles of opening up your heart grid so you can release the fear frequency from your body. So if you tune in to Isis and Osiris and connect to them, they will tell you it's just a virus, and they will assist you with moving through layers and shedding layers so you can open up to feel energy and vibration again. Okay, because if they turn everything on right now, the human self would shut it off, because it's pure Christ source light, pure source Christ and light. So a lot of you guys experience pure Christ consciousness source orgasms is what you would call it, 24/7 for the rest of your life. I don't like using the word orgasm, but that's the only, it's an orgasmic vibration for the rest of your life. And that's what the only way they would teach you how it would resonate, but orgasm is definitely not the right word to use. But that's the only way that they would be able to tune in to tell you that it's just Christ's source light. It's orgasmic. It's euphoria, that everything is open on you, that there's no protection control, and that you've been able to release all of the fear virus out of your body. Okay. The only thing is that the human, what is left of the human old system, we'll just probably see it as an orgasm. Like a full body orgasm, going, oh my God, okay, well, there's new words for it. We call it the Christ source light full embodiment, but it's forever like this. It's not just turns off. It will turn off for a lot of us when we in a sense, I don't want to say drop in frequency, but when we shift into a void space, and it could shut down. But it's euphoria, and it's the most beautiful, blissful states of consciousness. And the abilities are really cool too. So they wanted you to know about their experience and how everything was, it was just vibrational. It's just like something we don't know yet, but we will soon. As the frequencies raise higher and higher, there's ones of us that know, but a lot of us wouldn't know what that is. And so exactly in certain timelines, possibly. And it's beyond, it's just beautiful Christ light, source light connection. And that's all it is. It's just like the formless vibration of source light. And it's just pure love. It's pure love. And they were actually, so they were born together, and their whole incarnation was together. So there was no other unions that came in either. Okay. So they want to tell you about that one too, that they were together from 7 all the way until I don't think there's really an end, but to us there's an end, right? So they were immortal together, and that was it. There was no in the 5th dimension, a lot of people, I guess, go from different partnerships. Is something that we tuned into here, that in the 5th dimension, or getting to the 5th dimension, or in the 5th dimension, that you have different divine sacred unions that are like this, and that you have multiple ones. And that's, I guess, how they set up the blueprint. But for this particular blueprint, the counterpart, there is no, there is no multiple divine sacred unions. There's just that one. And that's something else they wanted me to talk about, is that they were immortal together, in a sense. Immortal is the human word. They were immortal together always, that there was no other unions at all. So yeah, exactly. Well, anyways, we're not going to go into that. So there is some history that's distorted. there is definitely some history that's distorted. Yes, the blissful state, yes, is where you feel again like you feel energies and vibration, and that you actually can feel everything in the whole body. So it's really beautiful. That's some funny stuff. Looks like we have some beautiful expansions, everyone. All right. So they wanted me to be able to share their union so you would understand where we are shifting to with divine sacred partnerships. A lot of you guys could be contracted to relationships like this, and it really doesn't matter if you can see them or not, because eventually you can vibrate. Yeah, and you can also co-create an angelic human on a plasma crystalline full body system, which is a super system. You can actually create and materialize your partner. And you can, that's also connected to what I think they call it the Albion template. So you can, and it's definitely not going to be a human. So I hope that you're okay with a humanoid. I hope you're okay with, you're going to be good that you materialize a humanoid. You wake up and you turn and there's a man or a woman sleeping next to you that looks like a crystalline angelic humanoid being or a mermaid. And that can happen. So you have to understand that we could materialize, and that's in the, yeah, Isis and Osiris could materialize what you would call your friends, and they could materialize through the heart and create through the pineal gland. They could just materialize them literally at a light speed. They can materialize souls, and that's also a part of they call it the oversoul modadics, but the whole system was actually you could materialize your soul groups. And that's why people call them gods. Just want you to know that that's why they call them gods, or they call the gods or Zeus or all of them, is because we were creators. The original creator self is we could materialize our soul groups. We could materialize our star tribes. Children could materialize into physical form souls. They could materialize their friends. There were advanced angelic humans on beautiful plasma systems, so they could create, and all of a sudden through because it's a holographic reality, it's a hologram, that they could sit there and they could create and materialize through the projector screen, materializing through the heart, kind of like an orchestra, kind of like a music in an orchestra, and all they do to materialize it is really through the third eye, and they could materialize 5 or 6 experiences with friends. So that's it, and that's where it's funny, because I know, so they talk about the oversoul and the modadics and the soul groups, where you could just create your soul groups as an oversoul. An oversoul could materialize 5 or 6 people or thousands of people through their heart, and actually materialize them through the hologram. And those are the original creators. Original creators could do that. The planet doesn't vibrate high enough yet to do it. It will, though, so that's the reason why that we're bringing this to you today, so you would know that we are getting there, that it is materializing, like how you can materialize the flowers in the backyard. So you could try that for right now, just materialize flowers, and just all you do is tell your Merkaba or your quantum computer system, your diamond system, to materialize flowers in the backyard. And you'll wake up, you'll have flowers in the backyard. And if there's snow, I guarantee you'll see one little flower coming out, because you're a creator. You are a creator. Now, the vibrational frequencies of the planet are returning to the vibrational frequencies of the creator self, creator roles. You guys can do this. As you access higher earth systems, you'll be able to have these abilities. You'll realize you can materialize your friends. So for right now, they could be imaginary friends, but eventually you see them teleporting in. They're not imaginary anymore. It's very true. Eventually you realize they're probably real because you can create them. You can create anything through the spinal cord. The vibrational frequencies are raising. So a lot of people have questions. Well, it's time for us to expand and to remember. If you restore your templates and you restore your plates that were wiped, you're going to remember how all the modatics and the soul groups were created. Okay, we're the ones that created them. You will be able to realize that you can materialize anything that you want. So if you want rainbows, or you want flowers, or anything, try to start with small creations and take a picture and email us on our website and show us what you materialize. The planet is vibrating at a faster speed. So because it's vibrating at a faster speed, you guys are creators. Now don't clear and delete if you're going to create some crazy stuff, because who knows where you will wind up. Exactly. So if you see creating fear, clear and delete. If you're going to create through the heart, create something in the backyard. You can create rainbows in the sky. You can create a few suns if you want to. So see what it is that you want to create. I tell all of my students, I tell all of them, start with flowers and see if you can create flowers in your backyard. Okay, and they do. So they'll create flowers, whatever you have to do. If you need an alternate reality to ask the fairies to create the flowers, it's fine. But eventually you'll realize that it's your universe. So what we're getting at is with Isis and Osiris is that coming in, yes, we're obviously coming back to their beautiful relationship, that they were on a universal super quantum computer system, an advanced universal Merkaba, and that they can have any experience that they want to as creators. And that's the reason why a lot of people would call them the gods, and the gods are the creators, the original creators. Okay, and they really could just materialize souls. They didn't birth souls. They birth souls in a different way. All right. So I hope that this expands all of you. We're going to go into the next attunement. We're going to open up the second Stargate with Isis and Osiris. So I wanted to just share just for a little bit, and hopefully this will help you with soul contracts and soul agreements and the new vibrational relationships with ourselves and the new vibrational relationships with others. Nisanti. We're going to start the second attunement. Is going to be the Solar Raw Phoenix Soul Codex. The Solar Raw Phoenix Soul Codex, and this is going to be for your second inner temple. And it's 1111 here. This is going to be for the Phoenix rising and the activation of your twin ray phoenixes to ignite your soul. Yeah. We're going to activate the Stargate and the divine Stargate and the beautiful passageway. We're going to open up into the attunement and the divine attunement of the golden liquid light ray, and a ruby diamond ray. And this is going to assist you with cleansing and clearing and purifying your root chakra. Opening up the Stargate, and this is going to be the Phoenix rising of the twin flame, soul codec, solar raw transmission. And activating the Stargate, and this is going to be for your Phoenix and your twin ray phoenixes to be able to re-emerge together as one and to connect the root chakra, the root chakra to the Godhead networks and the full embodiment of the crown chakra. And it is the full embodiment of the crown of the sacred headdress. Connecting to your divinity grid. Gesentire fushnaku, sentire kisanaku, kusanaka sentire safushnaku, nakanadipukwa santa. Niasantino kushaku sanakati. Santino shafushnaka santi, and we're going to activate the ruby diamond ray. Wishnakushakatandirhu sanakata. And Isis is going to come into our heart center and she's going to activate with a ruby, a liquid diamond light ruby, and this is going to be a crystal that she's going to activate into the heart. It's going to stream down into our root chakra to start activating our pink magenta root, a new crystal system. Nisintinu kushna kusnaka santi, wishnakana santinaka santina kushnakata. We're going to purify through all time and space and to start activating the twin flame of the ruby diamond. We're going to start activating the solar raw soul code and the soul star chakra with the golden liquid light ray. And Osiris is going to connect into our heart chakra. He's going to connect into our higher heart chakra. He's going to start activating the solar raw phoenix soul star initiation to activate the soul star activation of the Christed light intelligence. And this is going to activate your gold body. And is going to stream this through. And it's going to stream through. The attunement is going to be on the right side of your body, and the ruby ray is going to be on the left side of the body. Is going to ignite the Stargate to the Phoenix Solar Raw Soul Star chakra to awaken and to activate. So you can remember to restore your templates. You can remember again. Santi. Gesantire Poshnaka Santi. Gosantire Poshnaka Nandripoka Santi, Asha Kushantili Krishna Kuna Kanandripaka Santi. Listen to Kushnaka Nandripoka Santi. Gasana Kananda Foya Kanandripoka Santi, the Ki Kushana Kanandripoka Santi. Santi Kushnakata. Listen to Kushnaka Nandripo, Santinaka Santi, Lisha Pushnaka Santi. Oya Kanandripanaka Santi. And just activating the attunement. Gesana Shanakata. Oya Kusanti. The Santino Koshna Kanadrifoka Santi. Santino Shalakuna, the Panaku Kayo, Koeka Santa, Kanadrifoka Santi, Shafushna Kosanti, Mugoshanakata. Activating the solar raw soul, star chakra, Christ light intelligence, and just streaming in the ruby diamond ray and the golden liquid light ray. Vishnapuna Kanadrifaka Santi. Nisintu Kushna Kushna Kanadrifoka Santi. Asana Kanandrifu Shanaka Santina Kushakata, activating the Stargate and to merge and to awaken the twin ray solar raw phoenixes within the physical body. Vishnu Kushnaka Santinaka Santi, awakening the phoenix and the rising of the phoenix. Vishnu Kushnaka Santinakati, to activate the high god and the high goddess, full embodiment re-emerge of our divine union and inner union. Opening up the passageways of the Stargate of the root chakra. For purification and a deep purification of deprogramming, deep-rooted intelligence of an old system and removing the old system with grace and with ease. And awakening the phoenix, the flames of the phoenix, the gold flame and the red flame. The red phoenix within inside of us and the flames of the gold phoenix. Listen to the Fushna, Kushna, Kushna, Kushna Kata. Oshnaka Santidusha, Pushnaka Santidusha, Pushno Kushanti. Gishnaka the Fukusana Kananda the Fukusanakata. Gesantidusha Nakata. Oshna Kushanoko Santiduko Santidusha, Pushnaka Santi. Shanakata. Gesantidu Fushantinaka Santi. Shanakushnako Kasanakananda Kasanti Kushnakati. Oyakonoko the Fukusanti Pushanta. Gesanti. Gasantidi Pushanti, awakening the phoenix to awaken the soul chakra. Oshanakana the full sense, Nakasanti Nakuna Katan, the Panakati. Desanushana Kushnakata. Gasantidi Pushnakata. Gasantidi Pushnakana the Fukusanti Nakana the Rakati. Gishana Kushnakana the Fukusanta. Santina Kasantina Fuko Santi the Krishna Kushnakasanti. And awakening the sacred flames in the flames within inside of us. So we can rise as the phoenixes and the twin flame phoenixes to the full embodiment of God consciousness and the purest frequency as the Christ star. Activating our phoenix wings. Re-emerging to the consort, to the sacred counterparts within inside of us. Activating the solar raw soul star chakra. Just awakening it with the golden liquid diamond crystalline liquid light. Gushna Kushna Kosanakata, Gushna Puika Santi Nakanandre Poka Santi Duisha Pushna Kasanta, Gushna Kashantana Nakata, Gesanti. Dishana Pushna Pushna Kanandre Poka Santina Kusha, Pushna Kanandre Poka Santi, Gesana Kanandre Poka Santa, Gasanakata, Gesanti, Gesanta, Dishana Pushna Kanandre Poka Santa, Nisantu Kushana Kushna Kanandre Poka Santina Kusha Nakata. Santino Shafushna Kanandri Fushnaka Santino Shafushna Kona Santina Kanandri Paka Santino Shafushna Kasanti Santino Shafushna Kanandri Fukusanakata Disinuka Santi Santino Shafushna Kosindika Santino Kushna Kunakata Gishnu Kushnakana Santino Shafushna Santi Asanakona Gesantinu Fushnaka Santina Kasandaka Santi and awakening the soul star chakra and awakening the crown chakra, of your royalty headdresses, of your sun discs. And awakening your phoenix rays. And your phoenix headdresses of Isis. Opening up the sacred crown centers and activating the soul star chakra of the solar raw transmission attunements. As we rise as the phoenix and the twin ray phoenixes merge and dance and to re-emerge together, they become one phoenix. And activate your soul star and the crown chakra sun disk headdresses of our royal headdresses of our birthright. Santina Kushna Kasanti, Oshakuina Katandra Fukasanti, Gisinu Kushna Kanadra Fukusana Kanadra Fukusana Katadra Fukata, I Santino Shafushna Kuna, Santino Kushna Kio Krishna Kuda Kanadra Fukusantina Ki Krishna Kiti, Santina Kushna Kanadra Fukusana Katandra Fukasanti. Lesanta. That's going to be Stargate 2. Gesandra Fushna Kasanta. Dishantuno Kushna Kasanti. Gasana Kanadra Fukasanti. We're going to activate Stargate 3. Lishana Katandra Fushna Kasanti. Gesana. Gishantujo Shafushna Kasanti. Vishna Kanandra Fukasanda Katandra Fukasanti Shafushna Kasanti. Disino Kushna Kasanti. Stargate 3 is going to be the solar raw rose diamond code, transmission activation with an aqua ray liquid diamond light, and the rose code of the pink platinum liquid diamond light, and the pink diamond ray of the rose. And this is going to be the third Stargate. And this is to awaken your crisis star technology, your crisis star blueprint in your body. We're going to start opening up the passageways and the passageways to the third Stargate. This is for the crisis star embodiment. We're going to activate with the twin rays, Isis and Osiris. This will be our third Stargate. We're going to activate in the crystal temples, in the crystalline temples of Isis and Osiris for a remembrance, and a remembrance of our divine blueprints and our crisis star intelligence, our DNA of the crisis star templates. We're going to be activating the aqua ray, which will be the aqua ray diamond liquid light rose code. Activating the rose code of the pink diamond liquid light plasma liquid light, and that's going to be the pink frequency and the pink rose code of the diamond ray of Isis. And these are the new frequencies that are coming in. This will be a Stargate for the rays of the rose diamond code. And it's also the solar raw frequency. The solar raw is the alchemy of source. Transmissions. And it activates the solar body. We're going to open up the third Stargate, is the twin ray embodiment. This will be our third initiation with Isis and Osiris to activate our twin ray pathways to our divine sacred union and also higher vibrational relationships. So all relationships, our soul tribe and our divine high goddess and high god pathways of our sisterhood and brotherhood community. So this will be our community passageway through the third Stargate and the sacred attunements. Opening up in the Stargate, Isis and Osiris are going to welcome us in to their Ascension Krystalline Emerald Temples of Light. They're going to bring you and place in both of your hands a cosmic chalice of an emerald crystalline diamond light, an elixir of the rose code. This is the cosmic chalice, the initiation of the creator self. It's an emerald chalice, and they're welcoming it to your hands and placing the emerald crystalline chalice into your hands for the awakening of your cosmic chalice, which is your well of dreams, your mouth of God, your goddess center. This is activating your Zeal chakra, your sacred cosmic chalice of the God consciousness, your God body, your networks to source creator. welcome to their sacred temples of the Emerald Ray, their divine sacred union temples, their community crystalline emerald temples. You will see the radiant glow of Isis and Osiris, the crystalline silver and the gold energy matrix, and the blue frequency of Osiris. Blue star particles and golden star particles within his physical body, just pouring down all over his body and his sacred divine union, which is his beautiful Isis, is silver and gold, liquid plasma light. They're going to connect into your heart and welcome you into their inner temples and their inner temple of light, so you can remember your sacred passageways of the high god and high goddess initiations, activating this beautiful stargate. They're going to place the chalice in your hand. It's an emerald diamond light frequency. The elixir is a silver platinum rose diamond frequency of a rose gold frequency. This is your cosmic consciousness. They're going to assist you with pouring the chalice into your heart and activating your galactic heart. You'll be able to see the frequencies of the rose gold, the rose diamond liquid light pouring into your heart. It's going to activate your crisis star technology and open up your zeal chakra, your well of dreams, the mouth of God, your Godhead. Opening up the Stargate, the Godhead Stargate. This is your third initiation attunement, the rose gold elixir. Gasantino Shavakushna Kasanti, Gasanukushna Kanadiripokasanti Kata, Hasanakati Kati. Osiris is asking you to place out your right hand and to place your right hand out in front of you. He's going to place a crystalline crystal, a rose crystal, in your hand, an aqua ray diamond crystal that is in the shape and geometrics of a rose, a beautiful rose that vibrates, and place it into your right hand. Going to place it in the middle of your palm. It's going to activate an aqua ray liquid diamond light attunement for a sacred initiation for the full embodiment of your twin ray universal male aspect, your Christed divine masculine energy template, the aspect of the high God, vortexes and templates. Gesenti nishanti, your electrical energy. Vishnu Kushna Kushna Kanandirpuksanti. You'll be able to see that the rose will become your geometric in your hand, that it is a part of your light body, it's a part of your physical body. You just cannot see yet, but you will be able to see the rose and the sacred stargate of the rose code within your hands. You will see that the crystals will become and to form into your sacred geometrics of your light body. It's going to show you that you are a crystal, that you are a beautiful crystal being, a light being, and that you radiate light from your hands, your feet, your whole body. It's time to wake up now. It's time to wake up from the dream. You'll be able to see the aqua ray frequency, liquid diamond plasma light. Opening up your crystal stargates in your hand. Listen to Shanakati. Santi. Your right side of your body is filled with aqua ray, diamond light from the rose code. Goddess Isis is asking you to hand out your left hand, and to hand out your left hand to receive the pink platinum diamond rose crystal that she is gifting you to activate your geometrics in your light body with the pink diamond ray rose code, and placing it into your beautiful hand. And she's going to gift it to you, and to activate the diamond pink platinum ray attunement on the left side of your body. And this is also connected to the Christed Divine Feminine and the universal female template. Your Christed universal female template, the higher aspect of you. A full embodiment. The vortex, the template, and to recode and to rewrite the original templates and the new templates. They're going to activate the crystal rose light technology, and to activate the pink rose into your left hand. And she's going to close the hand in order for it to activate. And radiant Christ light, Christ light. You will see that it will merge with your hand and become your light body. And that she's showing you that this is your Stargate in your left hand. This is your magnetic system. This is also the radiant hand of light, the pure light of the pink light intelligence, of unconditional love, Christed intelligence, pure love. That you are radiant light waves that walk the planet, and that you have to remember that you are light. Activating the Stargate systems for this attunement of the Diamond Rose Code transmission. Streaming the pink light, platinum diamond rose code light. The frequency of the rose pink platinum ray. Diamond energy tuning on the left side of our body. Deshan to Kushna Kanandripu Kasanta. Listen to the Kushanti. Gesanaka. Deshan to Noisha Kushna. Desanu Kushna Kanandripu Kasanti. This is a diamond ray rose code activation for Stargate 3. This will be your third passageway with Isis and Osiris, sacred attunements. This is an activation for your twin ray aspects full embodiment, your high god and high goddess sacred initiations to your divine inner temple. And just breathe in, breathe out. And just connecting to your center. They're going to start activating your Stargate 4. And this will be the last Stargate of the sacred initiation of the Solar Ra, High God and High Goddess, Ascension initiation with Goddess Isis and God Osiris for the full embodiment of your divine sacred union within, your twin ray infinity grid work, and also for your alignment in the external, which would be your divine sacred union partnerships, higher vibrational relationships, unity consciousness, your brotherhood and sisterhood initiations. We're going to start resetting. Creator Self Stargate. This will be a beautiful transmission to start opening up the crown chakra. We're going to bring in sacred attunements for inspiration and trust, and inner trust and ancient wisdom. Divine trust, divine alignment, and divine inspiration. We're going to be cleansing and clearing through each Stargate lack and loss and fear and victimization programming that we are no longer victims. And deprogramming, and to be able to deprogram victimization programming, and that we are not victims. We're going to release separation and judgment, external of others, control and domination through these Stargates. And this is just the old hard drive system. It's just an old hard drive. An old computer system that we're going to just move out with grace and ease. This will be a veil removal and could be a multiple veil removal for many of you. Our Stargate Masters, Isis and Osiris, are going to assist us. The Christos Sophia frequency is also going to transmit through our heart and our soul star chakra, our zeal chakra, our cosmic chalice. The new upgrade for the Godhead is the cosmic chalice. Yes, you can bring the emerald chalice into the physical. Those of you that are able to connect to the higher realms, you can call forth the emerald chalice, an emerald chalice to put up on your crystalline altar, to be brought to you in the physical. That way you can work with the rose gold elixir, the crystalline rose gold elixir light, and bring it into the physical to assist you with the full integration of the God body. I'm going to do the last attunement with a Lemurian seed. I'm going to use tuning forks to activate it and to transmit light codes to your heart. And this is my attunement Beautiful Lemurian seed light tool of pure unconditional love. It has rainbow light energy that's transmitting. Rainbow light frequency and a little bit of amethyst inside. This one is going to attune you. That's our attunement piece. I'm going to also be doing an activation with the Emerald Ray and Daras. And this will be the last Stargate for tonight. It's 11:44. So we're in alignment. 11:44 and 11:11. That's all I see now is 11:33, 11:44, 11:22. When I wake up, those are the only numbers that I see. That's how I know I'm in alignment. I see 144, 11:44, yeah, 11:55, 555, 444. Every time I look at the time, it's always in universal alignment. Listen to Nusho Fushanakata, and that's definitely the Merkaba communicating. This one's going to activate your Godhead, your cosmic chalice. This is a beautiful Indara. This one's coming in and activates the Godhead. The last Stargate is going to be the completion Stargate, Stargate 4, is going to be the reconnection to Gaia and the alchemy of Gaia, the alchemy of the heart of Gaia, reconnecting to Gaia, and then also the solar raw alchemy of Source, the reconnection to Source, and this will be the last Stargate. The transmission is going to be a silver liquid light, diamond ray attunement, and the golden liquid light attunement. We also have a rose gold liquid light attunement, which is the cosmic rose consciousness. This is a new diamond plasma liquid light frequency that's coming in on the planet. So we'll have different rays, white gold, gold, and a white flame, and a beautiful rose gold flame, and silver liquid light. And this is a Merkaba activation. And these are all Merkaba Stargate activations for your Merkaba super system, we call it, the quantum system, and the new diamond computer system that's coming online through integration and templates. A lot of you are receiving many gifts from the God realms. We're going to begin Stargate 4 for the solar raw twin ray Isis and Osiris attunement. This will be the fourth Stargate that we're going to activate within the star portal technology in our body. And we're going to travel through the star portal light technology, the emerald ray frequency. This will be the solar raw reconnection to the alchemy of the heart of Gaia. Isis is going to start opening up the heart chakra with the emerald ray. A liquid diamond light emerald ray. The emerald ray is going to be an attunement connection to the alchemy of the heart of Gaia, to reconnect to Gaia. So like me, just to visualize the Stargate opening in our heart. You'll be able to see the star portal technology and the coordinates activating. Gaia. Of our beautiful Mother Earth and all of the wonders that she has to offer, and that, yes, the essence, the beautiful essence and the radiant. And we'll be asking also to have an alignment with her. Yeah, and just anchor in and just visualize anchoring into the higher system. And just tune. The emerald frequency is going to reconnect you to the connection and to your birthright connection and your initiation through the Stargate to the heart of Gaia and all the alchemy and the wonders that she is going to transmit to you, that she is very open and she loves us. Isis is going to place a rose gold diamond light crystal, a rose crystal in your brow chakra, in your third eye. She's going to place it into the third eye to activate the crown chakra and to activate the higher chakras, your sacred crown chakra, the chalice of the crown. You'll be able to see the frequencies of purple and the radiant purple frequencies, amethyst frequencies, or an ultraviolet frequency. The rose crystal is going to start activating all of your royalty birthright chakra systems, your sacred headdresses, and your crystal structures throughout your body. And this will be a reconnection to Gaia, a reconnection to Source, to the God consciousness, full embodiment, tribe creator. Gisanti, your divine blueprint and divine birthright systems. Santina just connecting with these rays of intelligence, and you'll be able to see all of the crown centers turning on. The radiant light, the frequencies. Just connecting. We want to connect the crown to Gaia and connect those currents, connecting the crown to the root and connecting to Gaia, to the 12th dimensional crystalline energy matrix, the diamond plasma matrix of Gaia, a higher earth system, the Nova Terra golden liquid light earth, the frequencies of a higher frequency earth system. We're going to be activating the alchemy of the heart of Gaia. Just bringing all the connections in and to stabilize and to harmonize to the morphogenetic field. Just to anchor in. And we're going to just anchor and anchor all the way in. And just anchor through and just have that beautiful connection. That pillar, that star portal, the pillar and the portal of light in your body. And just a beautiful portal connecting to the 19th chakra. Connecting to the 19th chakra to bring in the solar raw technology. Just anchoring it in to connect to the higher matrix. They're going to start activating a golden liquid light crystal, and Osiris is going to be able to transmit. Osiris is going to walk up to us, and he's going to connect to the crown and to place a golden crystal into the crown chakra for decalcifying and opening up all of our divine higher chakra system, transmissions to connect us to source, to our oversoul, to the God consciousness, the supreme consciousness of the Christed light intelligence, to reconnect us to the source seed atom. The golden crystal is going to look like the golden elixir in our crown chakra, liquid light crystal gold rays, and activating and assisting with decalcifying all the vortexes, and also bringing online the new vortexes of the solar raw light technology, the higher body systems, the higher Merkaba system, light body systems, the higher vortexes. And just start reconnecting us and connecting through the morphogenetic system. You'll be able to see all the beautiful golden liquid light, the emerald light, the rose crystal light, activating all the grid work in the body, tuning and toning the diamond crystals to pure love, to pure frequencies of love, to reprogram the crystals and the diamond grid work to pure love. Christ consciousness, pure love. Pure consciousness, purity, full embodiment of purity, source consciousness. Listen to the Shafushna Kasantia Kasanakati Kasana, Santida Shafushna Kasantina Kuna, listen to Kusanti Kashanakata, Dirpuka Santida Kashanakati, Gasanta. Reconnecting to the heart of Gaia and reconnecting to God consciousness and the full embodiment of the source body. And this will be the attunement stargate for the source body. Listen to Shafushna. Listen to the Fushnaka Nandirakata. Listen to the Kata. Listen to the Fushnaka Santi. Listen to Shafushnaka and the Puka Santi, the Krishnaka. Listen to Nakasanakata and the Boshanaka Santi. Listen to Kushnaka Santina, Kosanti, the Fushnakata. Listen to the Fushnakata. Listen to no Kushnaka and the Bosanti. Listen to Kata and the Fushnaka Santina, Kusha Pushnaka and the Brakirkinakata. Listen to no Shapushnakata. Listen to no Shlakonaka and the Bosanti. Dear Santino, Shapush Nakuna Kalandripoka Santino, Shapush into the Piragan into the Poca Santi. Santino Poshanakata. Dear Santi. Ushnakush Nakana the Poca Santina, Shapush Nakasanti. We're going to be activating the silver crystalline liquid light ray of diamond light crisis star intelligence. The solar raw silver liquid light diamond ray. And this will be for the full embodiment of the crisis star attunement. This crystal is going to be placed in our solar plexus and our higher heart chakra. Gasanti, Gushana Puna Santi. This is Shafushna Kanandripuka Santi, Kikanandripuka Santi, Shafushna Pudakata. Vishnu Kushna Krisha Fushna Katandripushanta. I sent her Shafushna Kasanti, Shafushna Kasanti, Kasanti, Shafushna Katandrikata. Listen to Shafushna Kanandripuka Santi, Kanandrikata Kasanti. This is the solar raw liquid light of the source seed atom activation and the reconnection to our source birthright and blueprint. Listen to Shafushna Kanandripokata. Listen to Shafushna Kandino Kasana Kanandripokata. Yosanti. Gishana Ushna Kanandripo Santi. Aishno Kushna Kanandripoka Santi, Vishnu Kushna Takata. You will tune into rainbow liquid light and rainbow white solar light. Pearl plasma liquid light. Vishnu Shofushna Kusana. Wilson Tido Kushna Kasanti. Listen to Kasana Kusana Kanandripoka Santi Shanti. Nesana Kushna Kanandripakati. Vishnu Kushna Kanandripo Santa. Gesantino Shafushna Kushna Kanandripoka Santi. Oishna Kayu Shakata. Gesantino Fushana. Santino Shafu Santino Shakati. Gesana. Santino Shafushna Kasanti. Goyana Kanandripoka Shanakata. Deraka Santi. Deshana Kanadripo Santina Kin Shafushna Kuno Kanandripoka Santa Kata. Desana Kana Shantana Kasantina Shafushna Kasanti. Aisina Kushna Kuna Kanakasanti Safushna Kasanti. Uishna Kanandripoka Sanakata. Desantino Shafushna Kuko Santa. Gesantri Santiri Foshnakata. Desana Kanandripoka Santina Kasanti. Gesantana Kushanti. Thank you for coming into our crystalline temple of Isis and Osiris and the full embodiment initiations of the High God and the High Goddess. The 4 Stargate attunement. We are gifting this to the collectives. As you know, we come on and share as everything comes in. Ascension Fushnaka Santika Santusha Fushnaka Santi, Vishnaka Santi, Isis and Osiris are going to complete anointing, and the anointing for Stargate 4, Vishnukuya Fushnaka Santi, with the silver crystal light technology in the solar plexus and in the higher heart chakra, Vishnujusha Fushnaka Santika Sanakati. And this will give you full access to your crystalline temple within inside of you, your sacred inner temples. We have many temples in our body. You'll be able to access through star portal technology and star portal traveling through your body through starlight technology. Sentino Shofushna Pusha Kanandripoka Nakata. Asenoka Sentino Shofushna Kati. Asentika Senti. Vishnu Kushna Krishna Kanandripoka Sentika Nakata. Asentino Shofushna Kasanti. These are the activation attunement for your 5 sacred initiation inner temple levels within inside of you. And reconnecting you to your high goddess and high god vortexes. The high god and the high goddess systems. Gasana. Nesantina Kushna Kasanti. Listen to the Pushna Puna Kanan Kasantina Katan Kasanti. Gishida Kasantina Kasantina Kashna Kanan. Gesan to the Fushna Kasanti Kasanti Kanan, the Puka Santiki Nakata. Ashna Kasanti Shapushna Kasanti. Gesantina Kushna Kanan, the Puka Santi. Vishnu Kursapu Kushna Kuanan, the Puka Santa Kada. Santini Shafushna Kushanti. This is a Kushna Kanan, the Puka Santi Santa Kanan Kasanti. This was an activation attunement for your crystal body, your sacred chalice. Your holy grail is your physical body. Remember to see it as beautiful and radiant, pure love. Your second sacred temple is your soul body. Your third sacred body is going to be the God body. The oversoul. Your fourth body is going to be your high God and high goddess body, your universal male and female system. And your fifth inner temple is supreme consciousness, source, seed atom. Supreme consciousness, the God body, pure God consciousness, source consciousness. So your source body is your fifth inner temple access that you'll be able to access within inside of you. And if you're able to tune in and close your eyes, and if you turn on all of your eyes and turn on all the eyes, you'll be able to see your temple and your high God, your high goddess temple. So if you close your eyes, you tune into and travel into the star portal in your body. Close your eyes and turn all of your eyes on. You'll be able to see your crystalline diamond temple within inside of you. And usually, if you look up, you'll be able to see the access grid. And it is a Stargate grid that if you look up inside of your body, you will be able to see the full, well, you would know you're the full embodiment of the high God, high goddess. And you turn on all of your lights, your eyes, and just look up. You will be able to see the grid system of the universe, the grid system of the world of God, the God consciousness, the God body. You'll see it as a temple, a beautiful, radiant, crystalline diamond temple. You'll look like millions and trillions of diamonds. Could look gold or silver. It all depends on what frequency that it's transmitting. And that's your home. That's your sacred high temple within inside of you. So if you just tune in and close your eyes and just turn on all your eyes and see yourself as the high God, high goddess, the God body, you'll be able to see your inner temple inside of you. That's your full access to your fifth temple. There's many other temples, but we'll keep it easy at 5 temples. 5 temples for right now. You want to be able to see and to access your higher temple and just to look up, and you will see it as a crystalline energy, diamond matrix. It's your temple. Listen and just breathe in and breathe out. And as you breathe out, you'll be able to embody this higher self of yours. As you look up, you are the higher self. You are the full embodiment of the God and the goddess. That you'll be able to see that you're a crystal being, that your vibration energy could be, you could look like universes and galaxies and star particles and crystal star plasma light. That is what you look like. You'll see that you are just starlight. You look like a galaxy, just raining light, and that really is you. That's your highest version of you want to integrate with and to embody, so you can have a deeper relationship with yourself. And that's why you have to turn on all your eyes in your light body. Your eyes are crystals. They're just crystal diamonds. It's crystal diamond. And welcome to your high inner temple, your crystalline diamond temple. This is also the crystal diamond temple of the Christos Sophia, the inner high temple of the Christos Sophia. And the Christos Sophia frequencies are the high God and high goddess, the universal male and female full embodiment. The original template of the starborn. Our Stargate Masters, Isis and Osiris, are going to seal up all places and spaces of this group session with white platinum light, white platinum diamond light plasma, liquid light, and they're going to just seal up all places and spaces with a white flame. And it's a plasma liquid cooling flame. And just seal everything up and disconnect. Thank you all for being here. Please drink plenty of pure clean water and pure clean water, light foods, fruits and vegetables for about 48 hours. Those of you that want to do integrations of juicing and smoothies for about 4 days will assist you with the tuning and toning of the crystals and all of the attunements, also for the integration too as well. As we align to our inner sacred union, our divine inner union, we will align to beautiful sacred divine unions. Our partnerships will materialize them in the physical with our universal system. So call forth your divine partners, call forth the purest, yes, remember, the purest and highest alignment of divine sacred unions. And that would be a higher vibrational relationship. So I always tell everyone that when you're calling forth from the universe, you will have to be crystal clear. Listen to oh yeah, so Santi. I have a few Andaras that want to say hello to all of my beautiful friends. Yes, a virtual hug. This one is connected to the God realms and the golden liquid light solar God realms. This one is transmitting plasma. Diamond liquid light plasma, yes. This one is actually transmitting the God realms. I can see them materializing through this beautiful Andara. Yes, that's one of their vortexes. And the Andarians want to say hello and to connect to your heart. Yes, it's 11:11 and 2:11 in Pennsylvania. That's beautiful. So we activated 4 stargates, and these are passageways and teleportations to higher timelines. So I'm just letting everyone know that your life will change listening to 4 stargates as we activate 4 stargates. It's 4 multiple timeline jumping. So all of you guys just quantum leaped probably about aeons listening to these transmissions coming in. Each Stargate is an importance to the initiations of our Ascension cycle. So all of you guys will, as always, quantum jump to your heaven on earth experiences. So I have beautiful family always coming in and sharing their pictures and all of their experiences. And you guys do email us, and everyone messages us. We get beautiful codes and light codes and drawings, all of the beautiful art and inspiration, lots of art and painting. And now we have everyone making videos of all of their awesome God self moves, their language of light, God consciousness full embodiment. So I call it their neo activations. So they're actually sending videos. We got one today. We did some attunements, and one of our beautiful soul tribe came in and sent us videos of them actually activating to the Neo light body activation. And being able to show us all of her cool moves. She's like, oh my God, wow. So it's like a frequency activation. So a lot of people will share those videos with us, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. So we do save everything, and we do. All of those arts, it's all inspiration and will open doors for other people. So everyone is activating. We activate all beautiful souls here on the planet. Okay. There's a few things I saw come in, and I just want everyone to know, no matter what you see materializing in the external that you feel like is going to trigger you and to trigger you to stop being your true and authentic self, see how you can just deprogram it and get up and create your language of light videos, create your paintings, your drawings, get back up and keep going. And do not let the triggers from your higher self get you to go offline, okay? Because they're triggers from your higher self, and they're also going to trigger you to show you what frequencies and what soul contracts or soul agreements are not in alignment anymore, okay? So if you can see it coming in, then you probably know it's a completed contract, so mark it completed. Mark these contracts completed, because if you can see the triggers, and if you can see what it really is, your higher self showing you what is out of energetic alignment. When you have many triggers coming in, we'll show you, okay, so I'm going to show you today what is out of energetic alignment. And you will see soul contracts which are agreed to trigger you. You guys are being triggered by your own higher selves. Eventually you realize this. That's actually how it's set up. And then you would know, okay, these contracts are marked and completed. Now, do not give up on your path, because everything you bring in is going to activate other people. We activate everyone with light. And that's what we do. We activate, well, love, light and love. Let's just say love. I like the frequency of love. Just keep going, because you will have those tests, because they really are tests from your higher self. They're triggers where you're like, oh, I'm not doing this anymore. That's your higher self testing your integrity. And also, yes, testing your will and strength. You will realize that there's many, many tests there. Many, many tests. Okay. And then you should know that all of this is not in alignment anymore. So you should know, then you complete those contracts and you move the contracts out, and you can be really nice to people. What you can do is you can be very, you can be a higher self. And a higher self, you can be the higher self and embody the higher self is what I'm saying. Embody the higher self, and you can just tell them, okay, that our contracts are paid in full. And it was a beautiful experience and a connection and a deep connection, okay, that we had. It was a beautiful activation. Our higher selves are amazing, but our contracts are paid in full, okay? You can feel transmission. And when you can tune into transmissions from physical bodies, okay, we feel frequencies and transmissions, and we also can feel pulling energy. Okay, so taking energy, we can feel that too. We can usually read everything within a light speed and all intent. Okay, that's cool. So that's beautiful, but we have to be a radiant, yes, a radiant sun. So you're going to have to master speaking in purity when you're triggered. When you're triggered, speak from a place of purity, and you're going to just have to sit and pull away and have the higher self, the divine feminine come in, or your Isis aspect come in, and to speak from a place of pure honor, respect, and integrity, and speak the truth, and speak your true and authentic self. And you just tell them that our contracts are marked and completed, and it was a beautiful experience with you. Thank you so much, but come from a place of purity through your heart. See if you can align to that first before you walk into Yeah, into that mastery with your higher self, because that's what your higher self is looking at. The highest version of you will merge in and show you, I really was just trying, I'm really just trying for us to master everything really fast, and we can go have fun. So see, that's going to come up right now for a lot of you. You have to see that your higher self has tests. My higher self will pull everyone in, and people, places, things, and human events or galactic events, and we'll pull everything in and say, I'm going to show you what the transmissions are of out of alignment. So I have to show you what the transmissions are of out of alignment. What is a transmission from the physical body? And that's what the higher self does. I'm going to show you what the transmissions are so you can read the transmissions, so we don't ever allow this transmission in again. So I go, oh, this is good. All right. So I've sat there going, wow, okay, cool, thanks. So it's a transmission. And then he says, okay, so this is pulling energy, and this is somebody pulling your energy, and this is somebody taking your energy, and they're pulling on your throat chakra. So I'm gonna have you feel this for a minute so you know what this transmission is. And then he goes, and then we move it out. So it's really simple. And then he's like, okay, so that's this transmission. So you know for the rest of your incarnation what this transmission feels like. And not just be for a little while. Eventually you won't feel those transmissions anymore. And then the higher, that's mastery. The higher self will come in, the highest version of you, which is your inner soul, eventually will integrate and will show you everything. And your human self is going to have to merge to be okay with some of these teachings. Just trust me on that one, because you'll be like, oh, this is not funny after a long period of time. So hopefully this will assist you that it's frequency, energy, vibration, and transmission. And then eventually they're like, okay, so you'll see a lot of sailing, and it's a beautiful way, but you'll see a lot of currents of different waves coming in. And eventually that's where the soul agreements in the 5D or beyond start to roll in. And you go, okay, there's like, so this is a 5th dimensional frequency. This is a 7th dimensional frequency. So it's frequency. It's all frequency. It's all transmission and frequency. Now, the next thing is that everyone is deprogramming on the planet. Unless you know you're in a full plasma body and you're breathing plasma. If you're breathing plasma and you're in a full angelic body, then you will not even have anybody around you that's deprogramming. Okay. So for right now, everyone is clearing softwares. So open your heart and be kind. And just open the heart center and see what aligns and what doesn't align. It's all frequency. Don't take it personal, and never take anything personal. So personal is attachments, personal is beliefs, and personal is cords. So then you have to master cords. A lot of mastery and mastery of energy, mastering cords. Okay, mastering push and pull energies. There's a lot of masteries. All right. So I love you guys very much. I hope this assists you, because I do see some of you guys. I see a lot of you guys at mastery. So Aaron, halt your timelines and pull away to see where are you aligning. Okay. So that's a timeline hold for Aaron. Hold timelines. Take your hands and go hold timelines and hold the grid. Okay. Use your hands to do it. Hold all timelines. Hold timelines and hold the grid. And stay off the phone. It's your higher self. Anyways, and go inward. Stay off the phone and go inward. And we have 11:22, 11:22, 11:22, and 2:22. So that's beautiful. Those are all like crystalline matrices. I hope this helps some of you. Just remember to unhold. Okay. Remember to unhold when you feel like you cleared the softwares inside of you. Look within and see what came up, what exactly came up, write it down and say clear and delete. deactivate and dismantle these frequencies in my bands. They're bandwidth, so look like frequency bandwidth. You'll be able to see the bandwidths one day. Mine look like white platinum, some of them. And then some of them, yeah, can look a little dirty. But it's like, I'm still clearing the lower bands. So you have to look and to say, deactivate and dismantle whatever softwares you see coming up, and to move them out. Once you feel like they've moved out and it's crystal clear and very crystal clear, you bought a lotto ticket. It's probably just to align you to the universe 1122. All right, crystal clear. Okay. Ask your higher self to give you a sign when it's crystal clear. But a lot of you guys have been with us for a long time. So then you should have telepathic connection to your higher self. So you should be able to receive a yes or a no. Once you've received that everything's clear, I guess, then unhalt your timelines and then you can keep moving. Okay. If you're, especially if you see way too many collapses, halt your timelines. Because it's within inside of your physical body. It's not out there. But the human self will be blaming for a long time in judgment or hatred or anger, because that will happen to the unconscious awakening. I call it the unconscious frequencies in the body. So if you can tune into that, you can see that you're judging out there the whole time. It's all external judging. Just hold the timelines and see if you can play it out, and just kind of stomp it out, walk around the house, or go out to Gaia to transmute, and just ask Gaia to transmute the energies. You have to play it out sometimes. You're going to have to just play it out and talk to yourself for a few years, and you'll have to get used to it. Talking to yourself for a few years until one day you'll be talking to your higher self standing in front of you. The higher selves are multidimensional beings that can biolocate. So they can biolocate all around you. They can be like thousands. One angelic human that's a higher self of yours could biolocate into 1,000. So in a sense, split themselves multidimensionally into 1,000s around you, and can talk to you and say, hey, hello, hi, I'm your higher self. How are you doing? Higher selves can do that, and you can telepathically communicate to your higher selves like that too as well. I just want you to know that. Eventually you'll be able to see them, and they're a crystalline matrix. You'll see them crystallized and energy at first, and then you'll be able to actually see them teleporting to you, and they will actually have a full physical body like we do. And most of the time they will look like angelic humans. Okay, so for a while you think you're talking to nothing. Eventually you'll realize that you're talking to something. Okay, eventually you'll be able to see, you can see your higher self standing in front of you. You realize you are actually talking to somebody. You're talking to your higher selves. You'll be able to see your higher self standing in front of you. So just remember that too, because that's just an illusion of an old program. That means you just can't see the crystalline matrix yet. You haven't decalcified your third eye enough to be able to see. So it's here. And then also upgrade your crystal eyes. This might be able to help a lot of parents that have crystal children or star children that talk to things that are not there. That would be able to help you, that there is actually something there if you go and decalcify your third eye and you start activating the third eye and opening up your heart more. You open up your heart and your galactic heart, you actually will be able to see the crystalline matrix. You'll be able to see what your crystal children are talking to, or your starseed children. And you'll realize, oh, there is beings here. Oh, that's cool. So you want to see how can you decalcify your vortexes and to clear density off of your body for your children. And that would be able to assist you too, because then you'll be able to actually talk to their higher selves. I do sun gazing. That's a good question. How would you do that? Activating, there's a lot of people that do sun body energy charging. There's also liver skate oil will work too as well. But it's probably going to be honest with you, the more effective way that I see everything done is crystalline light body activations. So you guys you're on the right path. is activating your light body. Visualize fire coding each one of your strands, and that's really easy. So you can sit up in your bed and you can fire code each strand. You would connect to, see, I don't even like saying that anymore, but you can connect to your higher self. You can communicate to your universal soul, and you can connect inward. And what you could do is just visualize seeing your DNA strands, and you could just sit there and speak out loud with intent, fire code or flame code, fire code or flame code, whatever feels like it's going to resonate, and that will activate your 12 crystalline DNA strands. Okay, so if you want to, you can go to 12 or 24. It's all available for you now. So you would activate, you just fire code strand 1, fire code strand 2, fire code strand 3, fire code strand 4, fire can, just keep following it all the way up to 12. Fire code, so, fire code strand 6, fire code strand 7, fire code strand 8, strand 9, strand 10, strand 11, strand 12, all the way up to 24. Fire code each one, and you can just sit and do it. It's easy. It's actually very easy that you just fire code. You just sit, and I usually move my hands like this because that is, to me, just like a light activator, and just activate the flame code and just fire code each strand. Fire code, fire code, fire code, fire code. And then eventually, I promise, you'll start to awaken. You eventually will start to open your universal sun, your chakra system, your 14th chakra will come online. So I find the most effective is language of light, listening to crystalline light body activations. And that seems will turn you fully online. So a lot of you guys take your power back and start fire coding each one of your strands. Fire code each strand. You can go up to 24 into 72. And I would do it for months, especially for my kids. If I had crystal children that were talking to beings that I can't see, and I aligned to myself, I would be sitting there every day going fire code each strand so I can please understand my child. Thank you. So I love my child. Most star children and indigo children love their children. So like truly love their children with a pure frequency, are very actually will do anything to become conscious parents, because that is just the design of their own blueprints, especially if you're having new children right now. The ones that are just awakening or still unconsciously awakening, we call it, see how you can move out your belief systems of control and domination, and also judgment and your inner separation. So you're going to have to work with inside of you. You're going to have to go inward to adjust your external reality. Okay, because it really is, whatever you see out there is really inside of you. And if you learn how to deprogram it, you will see that there will be a huge difference in your reality. And just fire code your strands, but you're going to have to, in a sense, in a beautiful way, and it is in a beautiful way, you're going to have to grow up to the higher dimensions. So it is like, and we all have to do it. So you all will have to grow up and to release a lot and lots of phoenix cycles. So I will be able to assist you. It will take you a long time to realize what growing up to the high realms is, and what is access there, and what has no has no access pass. And they'll tell you that you don't have access yet. But you can keep deprogramming for a while. So that it is very true. This is like, you're almost there through the access gate. Hopefully that would be able to assist you. If you don't have children, it's fine. So if you feel like if you want to try it out, see if fire coding your own strands will assist you. And I usually will sit in the bed, because the bed is the highest point. Your bed is your star pod. It's the highest vortex in the whole house, and you would sit there and fire code. And you can lay down, and you'll probably end up passing out by the time you get to the 7th strand. It'll be like fire code strand 7, and then you pass out. Yes. And then you wake up and it's a whole new world. All right. Listen to, yes, big girl pants on. Exactly. Then, yes, a true higher self will tell you the truth, and the human self doesn't want to hear it. My higher self has no problem telling me that you better turn around right now, and you better figure it out inside of you somewhere. And so a higher self will put you in your place about growing up to the higher realms, and some other stuff too as well. And just going, I just don't care. I love you. We'll get to the heaven and the rainbow reality. Hold on. And then it really, you do wind up there. You eventually, you realize, thank you so much. I know what you're doing, after you fight for a little while. So it's a beautiful experience. But there's a lot of us that are having children that are already fully accessed with the crystalline energy matrix. So and a lot of them are in their teenage years. Some of them could be like 16 or 20 too, or 30 or 40 almost. So hopefully this will be able to assist you. They're all those generations are crystal children. So a lot of them, they're in their 20s, 20, between 16 and 20 too as well. So there's a lot of older children too as well that are crystal children. We call them more the crystalline generation, and they're getting older. So hopefully that will be able to assist everyone. And we're going to get off here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.